But Ish, what can't be fleeting?
And then you're letting him lead you. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Saying he's led by God, but you feel like God is not telling y'all that. Do you still follow him?
You said something interesting, Ish. You just said like men don't think the way that women do. So it almost sounds like you don't fully trust their expertise. So how could you successfully be led by
So the
women?
majority of men don't have kids. Y'all are picking wrong. Y'all are literally picking the minority.
Every man that's on this panel, y'all have more kids than all of us women.
51% of black men are single and childless.
Excuses for the statistics. The statistics don't bode well in your favor. So you say things like, okay, are they shooting blanks? Or they
because men, I don't feel like men are overall passive aggressive. The majority of men. Do you think that silence is that passive aggressive? Because we will do that.
Yeah, because there's niggas that'll use that as a way to trigger a woman. Like, because a lot of time a woman will tell you, like, when you're silent, it makes me feel like I'm ignored. So a nigga will do that intentionally.
Yeah, no, I'm just, because I didn't agree with the passive aggressive part until Mary said that. I'm like, okay, I can see men and be like, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else. Will unsubscribing from the Democratic Party help fix Black America?
Let's just unsubscribe. No, you got to know why.
I don't think so.
That's the only thing that get black people together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
Wow.
that.
What I think will fix is if black people truly understood politics.
Because for a guy, because listen, it's so many different reasons for a man to want to hang out with his friends.
Adrian, I'm not gonna let that slide. I heard you. Why do you think that it's older single women who share that opinion?
Sometimes that's the case. There has to be
Explain
balance.
what White History Month is.
It's honoring the achievements of the greatest ethnic group in human history.
Wow.
I think all of that shit deserves a put him in the bathroom.
Would you rather have a whore of a daughter or a gay son?
Let's see here.
bruh.
Because if she's a hoe, that ain't my problem. Hell, she just be a hoe. Shit.
That's a whore. Definitely. Like,
yeah, is going to college a waste of time?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think for biology. It's ridiculous.
And can I just piggyback on that?
Read this for me, Q.
Okay, $5 super chat from Omega Green. Depends. Go for STEM, medical or law. However, if you go for BS degrees like communications, is that supposed to be policies? Or
poli-sci, political science.
Poli-sci, okay. Yeah. Or criminal justice, it's wasted time.
Final thought.
When you take a man's time, it's like taking his money. When you take a man's money, it's like taking his time. Simply put, we want something for it. If you're not interested, don't go out. Sis, hit me up. Let's clear your coochie balance.
Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident.
For women to admit that they're not equal to their men, women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man. Are you for spanking? Let's go around the room, yes or no. Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Age.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
There's no difference between divorced women and single mothers. The man will, in both circumstances, suffer comparably with no benefit to himself. The benefits don't outweigh the cost.
But it's still better to go with someone who hasn't gone through that. It's still better to not choose them.
Have men been getting over on household duties all this time?
Listen, but I don't touch a trash bag to save my life.
So let me ask you, could you and your wife switch roles in what you do versus what for that person hold y'all back or let y'all go?
Physically, can't nobody hold me back.
Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. But Ish, what can't be fleeting?
This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This Might Be Risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
Direction, choose your own path.
You know this is the home of We Major, Me Frosty, Unfamous, and the restricted clothing brands. Let's get it.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Wear garments that mean something. We got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got jackets. We even got hoodies. Let's not forget our classic tees. Direction, choose your own path.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
Yo, check. You can hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolute, yes, man. What's popping?
What's up, Happy Wappy?
Everything, man. Salute to everybody in the building so far. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. DJ HAMP, Relly Rel, we in the building. Risky Midday. Let's get it popping, man. Salute.
Yeah. It's a broadcast. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, bro, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
It's a stampede! DJ HAMP, the stampede. DJ HAMP, the stampede.
What's the word, man?
What's up, Hamp? You look cold.
Do I?
Yeah.
Man, I was outside cleaning up that house. I was doing that outside today, so I just ain't feel like changing. Know what I mean?
Cold up there?
Yeah, it's kind of cold. It was like 50. Right now it's man, what is it right now? Yeah, it's like 38.
38?
45. It's like 50. It's like 50. Like 50.
Oh, weird, man. It's summertime. It's warm out here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to Texas tonight. But I just cleaned up that house, man. So we doing good though. Rel was in the chat. Mr. Williams, D Majesty, Shalom. What up, Cole? Good to see you. Thinking throw it in the building. Normal Nerd was shaking. Hope all is well. Duke was popping. Miss Bell's in the building. Rock solid. Salute, my G. Aaron in the building. Black America. Salute to the OGs. Aaliyah was popping. Nightbot behaving. That's always a blessing. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets to Houston Risky Weekend 2026. Reaper was shaking. Mrs. Locks in the building. CC. What's the word? Hope all is well, man. Josh, what's going on? Primal Rage in the building. E-Dub, salute. Miss Jilly putting in work. I like it. I like it. Thanks. Yeah, I definitely had to wipe that camera. Big Aaron, what up? My brother CJ in the building. What's shaking, my G? Good to see you and all that. Let me see. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Boot camp was popping. I ain't seen you in a month for Sundays. Producer was good. Hope all is well, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Aspire, top of the morning. Dre on the grind was popping, my G. Leon in the building. Salute. Ken, what up? Hope all is well. Audie in the building was shaking. Let me see. Trinell, salute. Yeah. It's 62. Yeah, it was raining when I left too, man. It was raining a lot, man. O'Shea was popping. Key in the building. Ressa. Salute to the screen name, man. Queen T in the building. JJ, what up, my brother? I appreciate you. Yeah. We're going to get that shit popping, bro. JVZ was popping. JD in the building, man. Hope all is well. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the like button. Let's get it popping, man. Yo, we got 100 people in the building. We need to hit the goal for today. I don't know what type of conversation this is going to be because I'm slightly ignorant to it, and purposely so. Rel had brought this to my attention. Was that Sunday or Monday? Sunday. And I just answered. He said, hey, are you familiar with XYZ, this Rape Academy thing? I was like, no. And I kind of left it at that. Then we was planning the show yesterday. I said, okay, let me see. Let's talk about it. But I remained ignorant on purpose because I wanted to have an organic response. I think I can deduce what's going on, you know what I'm saying, what it is and all that. But I got a couple clips queued up. And I guess the thing is, what does it all mean, right? That's essentially what needs to be assessed, right? These conversations, they could go all types of ways. You know, people come up to give their opinion to try to break down the concept, right? And people start to cast aspersions and jackets, right? When you're trying to talk through a thing that's difficult, you know? So you got to make sure you have your thinking caps on as we mine through this, depending on which way it go, you know? Yeah. What up, Serena? The thumbnail, I don't know if y'all know what movie that is, but I guess I'll tell y'all. So if y'all seen Higher Learning, do you remember when the girl was upstairs with the white guy and she's like, you need to put on a condom, whatever. And then he didn't, and he kind of like wrestled with her, but he pushed her off. Then she went and told her friend, and he called her a black bitch. Then that's when Ice Cube and then went over there and beat him up in the grass, right? So that's what that picture is from the movie Higher Learning. You know what I'm saying? Cal was good. Lawrence, what up? Saul was goody. Man, hit the like button. So, Rel, does everybody need edification on the topic, what it is that we talking about specifically first?
Yeah, I want to just talk about the topic in general, just to see like how we feel, what we think about it, and maybe just clear up some confusion. Because when it was first brought to my attention, it was saying it was 62 million men who belong to Rape Academy, right? Are we saying the word, or what you want to do?
Never not. And I think what'll happen is this month, if I'm not mistaken, is Sexual Awareness Month. So I think that if I reflect, I think I've heard about this previously, like years ago though.
Mhm.
Some type of black internet or black site, you know?
Mhm.
And I think Sexual Awareness Month, it could be one of those things that people re-click and revisit because maybe it wasn't mined through. So let me just, you know what? Let's look at this. Y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Yeah, that's one thing. When you were saying it, people are saying 62 million men were on this website throughout the earth, but it looked to have 62 million visits. So
So it was 62 million visits only in the month of February.
in 1 month,
In
last month, you saying
Well, it's
2 months
not.
ago?
Yeah, 2 months ago. So when they did the thing, it was 62 million hits within that 1 month, right? But this is bringing up think pieces of 62 million. This is also something that's in UK, even though there are American men who are part of it, right? And it's married men coaching each other on how to rape their own wives, drug them, get them to have sex with other men, and record it. And the recordings are being posted on the site for other people to watch and learn. But it's unbeing known, like the wives don't know about it.
Why their wives? It don't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know what people are on, but it's it's only 62 million views in that particular month. It's not 62 million men, because that's the bigger propaganda that's being pushed now. So of course the bear conversation is back. It's being it's being overhyped, and it's not a small issue. But I think sometimes when we don't want to really get the information and we make a big deal out of the wrong information, it's so easy to dismiss something that's an actual issue.
Yeah, yeah. Take away the hyperbole, the salaciousness, and now we can focus on what's happening, what's being said, what does it all mean, and is there a greater population who agrees? You
Yeah.
know. All right, so you're right. I did see the Fox 2 has a 10-minute assessment of this. So I'm gonna play this just so to make sure that you gotta edify me on that one, Shah. Just so, 'cause I just want to make sure that we have the proper context, you know. So the 120 people in the building, please hit the like button if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right, let me share my screen. I can't see y'all while I'm on the screen, so I only got the one monitor. All right, so let me see.
Right now, we are halfway through Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and tragically, there have been several headlines in just the last few days that really remind all of us of how prevalent this issue is, particularly when it comes to violence against women. Tonight, we're going to talk about several news stories over the last 7 days that might be really hard to hear.
It's actually important to point out too, the quote unquote Rape Academy isn't what it's named. I don't think. I think the whoever's covering it named it that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Including a U.S. congressman's alleged sexual assaults of multiple women, a renewed discussion over consent, a former lieutenant governor taking the lives of his wife and his own, and a bombshell investigation by CNN exposing a worldwide ring of men who systemically target and abuse their own wives. And that investigation is the main reason we're talking about all of this tonight. They target and abuse their own wives.
So, sexual assault probe is the top left, this white guy with the blue shirt.
Mhm.
Consent or coercion spousal rape ring and murder suicide. This black guy.
Yeah.
Okay, he's in Virginia, right? I think.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Okay.
The main reason we're talking about all of this tonight. My executive producer, Dylan Dahlberg, and I spoke about this at length. And even though this is going to be extremely disturbing and hard to talk about, tough for a lot of people to hear, it's an important story that really needs to be talked about. Millions of men from all over the world collaborating on ways to drug and abuse the people they swore vows to love and protect, and teaching each other how to do it. The fallout from this investigation spreading like wildfire on social media. So here to unpack some of this for us is Dr. Tracy Stulberg, a marriage and family therapist who has a lot of experience dealing with tragedies, just like the ones we're talking about tonight. Before we get into it, though, we thought it might be a little bit helpful to take this by the numbers and break down the hard truth behind the topic. Take a look at this. First, in just this last month, there were 82 million visits to that online Rape Academy website. So hard to even say those words, which we're going to talk about in just a second here. Meantime, across the U.S.,
So March, 20 million more views. In the U.S., between 10 to 14% of married women are raped by their partners. In 17 U.S. states, a spouse can't be convicted of raping an incapacitated partner. In 17 states, 50% of male college students believe a man is incapable of raping his wife. 34% of students say they would rape a woman if there were no consequences. Of where, though? See, what college, where, what's the sample size? Does that matter?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. The college and the sample size.
Mm-hmm. Like Arizona State, which is, I think, consistently named, annually named the party school of the year, or of the country. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wonder, like, what are the aspects that go into this? But maybe they'll give us the details.
10 to 14% of married women are raped by their partners. And in 17 states, a spouse cannot be convicted of raping a partner who is unconscious, drugged, or otherwise incapacitated, all because of outdated laws still in the books. In the meantime, according to a survey conducted by the National Resource Center on Domestic Violence, 50% of male college students believe it is impossible for a man to rape his wife, and 34% said they would rape someone if they knew they could get away with it. Now, you may have heard people say, not all men, which is shorthand for...
So he changed the verbiage. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He said rape someone, but the written word said woman.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's just coincidence. I don't know. Okay, it's so
I
not
think
all
when,
men.
I think because
Not all men are...
rape is penetration, most people think of just women being the victims of that.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. I just listening to the reporter himself. You know.
Yeah.
He said someone. It just caught my attention.
They could get away with it. Now, you may have heard people say, not all men, which is shorthand for not all men are responsible for hurting women. Well, when you have statistics as shockingly high as the ones we just mentioned, it's not surprising that you're seeing more and more people say it's all men until it's none of them. Meaning, until women can be sure they don't need to worry about being harmed, it's better to be safe than sorry. And so we thank you so much for joining us here today, Doctor, to unpack some of this.
Thank you for having me.
I know it was quite disturbing for you.
What you think about that?
Yeah, I think the new concept is it's all men until proven otherwise, right? I think it's hard for men to accept that because they're not women. So it's certain like safety, which I mean, men also know that their biggest threat is other men in the world, but just in the way that women have to deal with it, the 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 information, the volume that comes, and your algorithm will consistently just feed you these things, right? So nobody's going in depth to see that, hey, well, even though it's what I would say is it's almost always men, but these things aren't happening on a macro level, but we can't brush it off, right? So it has to be all men until proven otherwise. And you have to listen, and women just have to be so much more attentive because you just don't know. Like we're trying to look for the signs, right? We're saying stay within your own race. When we see the black girl get killed by the white man, and then boom, the black man kills his wife. But we're saying, okay, well, don't pick the Pookie or the Ray Ray, but he's a politician, middle class, upper middle class, right? So it's the ones you don't know. But this is the academy doing these things to their wives. So you kind of start to get boxed in because we can scream vet, 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 but what does a rapist look like?
Yeah.
What do they look like? How would we know?
Yeah. I got you. So it's essentially, to simply put it, a thing we heard before: don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Another thing,
But they're taking it a step further. So don't trust nobody, but especially men.
well, it's saying women don't trust
Oh, yeah.
men, right? So I'm just saying, that's what I meant, right? Another thing, your camera. Hey guys, let me know if is it me or is it Sherelle? Just like you're like moving like dial up. No, it's like when you move, it's like glitchy. Let me know.
Not glitching on my side, but let me know.
It's good. I think it's better now. The one stat, and I think we talked about this before, but obviously this is the appropriate show. That stat I think is overblown when it says most women are raped by the people that they know. Right? No. I think people meet people, right? And casual sex is the most sex that's had, right? But because they went out on a date or two or met at a nightclub and exchanged names and phone numbers, now they know somebody. I think those men are strange men that you are subjecting yourself to. I mean, this goes for when we was all outside. You know what I mean? But now technically you know somebody. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not a person in close proximity. That's not a real relationship. Because most sex in vulnerable situations is casual. You know? So, all right, let's look at this, Rel. Let's keep going with this. Y'all can see my screen, right? Yeah.
To even hear about this, but anyone who spends time online or in the news talking and listening about how to protect people during this important month would have heard about this rape academy. This is a really disturbing thing. Men telling other men how to hurt their own spouses. Unpack that for us for a moment.
Well, I was quite shocked. I mean, I thought I couldn't be more surprised since I work with survivors and offenders and family members dealing with many of these issues. But there was some kind of idea that this is okay. And it's not just the person who created this website who maybe created it because they might make money, but they're also,
money, yeah.
But you're right. They have some serious mental health issues that obviously other people that are part of this website have as well. When I heard the numbers of people that had visited this, I thought, oh my goodness. Because I was trying to think, well, how many does that mean in a day? Or how many does that mean in a year? Where are these people coming from? And what?
Yeah.
I want to make this very clear that when it's gang violence, when it's any crime that's proportionate that black people do more, it's never mental illness. So I want all us to pay attention to anytime we know the skin color of people when we start to talk about crime. We know enough statistics. We know who's doing this. So, and if you don't know, the cop out will always be this has to be a mental illness. Like evil just doesn't exist anymore. Like people making horrible decisions in their right mind is impossible. It's not, all of this is not mental illness. This is people in their right mind making decisions. That's my stance on this. This is not no I'm over the mental health crisis bullshit. What these niggas been through? Was they mentally ill when they was doing it and nobody couldn't tell them nothing about it?
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, interestingly, Sherelle, I didn't even go to that angle yesterday when we talked about the guy who killed the kids. But people always trying to. I understand your sentiment fully. You know what I'm saying? People consciously doing shit.
What's going to happen when these women get told that they were videotaped by the person who vowed to love, honor, respect them?
And so we take for a moment that supposed academy away for a second and talk about the underlying issue with spousal rape that people don't even consider. In fact, some of the stats that we talked about indicated the way some young men are growing up thinking what is and isn't acceptable. Consent can be given, consent can be taken away as well. Talk about that for a moment.
So, consent, first of all, if you're going to give consent, it can't be obliterated by alcohol or drugs. You can't be sleeping. You need to be verbally able to give consent. And if any time during a sex act, either things get dicey or you're not wanting, you can take away consent, but it has to be respected. And we have plenty of people who say, well, no. I mean, if someone told me yes, because I checked and they said, yeah, I'll have sex with you, but then they wanted to stop, no, that you can't do that. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And we're trying to teach our younger people this, but according to whatever survey that was, a lot of people don't get it. And it's not just them. I work with women that for years did not report to anyone, even family members, that they were being raped by their spouse because they weren't sure if it was rape.
Well, and the myth here is that because...
So, this is simply put, right? Consent can be revoked at any time from either party, right? And so and then you can't consent technically if you are
Inebriated
in any way.
or incapacitated, like knocked out.
Or incapacitated. Now, here's the thing, right? So now they don't know if they're being raped, right? Because they don't want to have sex, right? But they have sex anyway, even though they don't feel. So now that's being qualified as rape. Did you hear that?
Yeah. It's the
Like the wives, they're like, oh, my husband is having sex with me. I don't really want to, whatever the case is, right? He didn't ask me because remember, she said verbal.
Right.
You see? But because they just start having sex and she's like, okay, right? It's my husband. They didn't know they being raped. You see? You heard that what she said?
Yeah. Can we play that back?
I'm gonna play it back. Make sure we heard it right at the same time. And we got 250 people here. Let's make sure everybody listening. See, that's the part that gives me cause for pause, bro. Because now the pool of victims, right? I think it hurts the the women who are being like emphatically raped. You see? It's like almost like how the Me Too movement got hijacked by so now nobody believed women after Believe All Women happened.
Yeah, it's like it's mixing in the little boy who cried wolf, as if the world
Yeah,
doesn't have wolves. There's wolves,
exactly.
but you probably shouldn't play about shit like that.
Yeah. And so now she's like, these women didn't know they were being raped by their husbands because she's arguing this consent point thing.
Yeah, and this is also
Mhm.
me and Cheek was talking about this idea of the regret rape, which is a new thing. So where it's like I did it and then I don't like how I felt when I woke up. Remember we did that with the streamers, Talil and the girl,
Mhm.
right? So after she did it, he's still treating her like a side chick. He picking up his phone for his girlfriend.
So now
She
she got
knows
raped.
it ain't about to be what it was, just something that happened. He about to dust her off. And that feeling like I was just a notch on his belt. He don't care about me. I ain't that humblingness can also be great. And that right there messes us up because women don't understand that now you're up to women. women that's really being abused, women that's really going through these things, where people are now thinking to side eye women who are really going through this. So in the mind, women who play games like that, you're actually helping the predator. You're actually helping the wolf, because the wolf knows, hey, I'll always go get the sheep when he over there, because I know he be lying about the wolves coming.
Mm-hmm. No, real
So
shit.
just like women who basically are promiscuous, things like that, these women are targeted more in a way, because predators will go for people who are less believable.
Yeah.
Right? The psychologically, that's why they also go for like their stepkids. You know, I seen y'all bring that up. Like a lot of the majority of harm going towards kids are the step parents. We know that predators talk about going towards single mothers and things like that to prey on the children, right? Because these children are less credible. 'Cause children will say things when they're hurt or when they're mad or etc. etc. So when we're not being honest, we're helping the predators. When I know there's a psychological thing that happens when you are a victim that makes you not want to speak up, but when you don't speak up, you put other women in danger because the person is not being stopped.
Yeah. Credibility is the word that you said that makes this thing so much more complicated. Let me rewind.
You have a wedding.
See if we can hear her.
Did not report. Don't get it. And it's not just this, but according to whatever survey that was, a lot of people don't get it. And it's people this, but according to what do that. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And we're trying, but then they wanted to stop. No, that you can't do that. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And we're trying to teach our younger people this, but according to whatever survey that was, a lot of people don't get it. And it's not just them. I work with women that for years did not report to anyone, even family members, that they were being raped by their spouse because they weren't sure if it was rape.
Well, and the myth here is that because you have a wedding ring on your hand and that you've made a vow with this person, they made a vow to you, that somehow that ensures some kind of a forever bond to be able to do whatever the heck you want. And you're saying, quite to the contrary, as someone who deals with victims all the time, that's just not true.
No.
You don't have right or an access to sex anytime you want.
No, it's not a get sex free card. You know, you have to get consent. And to think that we've raised our women in some ways to not know that difference also is very sad. You know, we've had some that say, well, you know, we didn't physically fight anymore, but he made me have sex with him. And you said, well, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. He said, let's have sex. We're going to have sex. And I said, okay. So the message then is that I don't even know if I can say, no, I will not have sex with you, or I don't want to have sex with you and have it be respected.
Let's talk about this, this Congress.
That was it right there.
That was it, right? She literally said
He
it.
did give the consent because he said, let's have sex, and I said, okay.
But no, I didn't want to, right? In my mind or something.
In my mind, I don't know if I can say no.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I think, like, is that coercion parts of it when you're put in a situation where you can't say
No,
no?
not in that instance, because he said, hey, let's have sex. She said, okay. There's no coercion in it. The coercion is like she playing hard to get. You keep trying. That's probably cool. That would be more in the coercion
I
lane.
think the extreme case of coercion is like you bring a girl out on the ocean and you like, you have sex with me, I'm gonna leave you out here on the ocean. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
that's what it really is. But then
That's
it can
the
just come down.
ultimatum.
Yeah, the ultimatums. That's what it really is.
Yeah.
It's
She
when
said,
you giving
in my
somebody an
mind, I don't
ultimatum.
think I can say no. I don't know. That's the dangerous thing, though, right? So now she's edifying these women saying, no, that was actually rape. When you said okay, is okay consent? Right? It has to
Yeah,
be.
okay, it's consent, and a wife having sex with her husband when she's not in the mood is, I don't think it needs is not on the same level. Nowhere near, right? Because that's what it's kind of sounding like.
Oh man. It's just dangerous as hell. Yo, the boys from Ohio State, it's like they burnt their faces. I can't remember their names. Their faces are burned into my head. Right? They burn into my like psyche. The two boys. And they recorded the girl. Like, hey, you want to have sex with us? Whatever the case was. Yes, on camera, right? She go upstairs, have sex, wake up the next morning, tries to revokes it, right? They both get arrested for rape. They both get exonerated. Neither one of them play football ever again for Ohio State. A freshman and a sophomore, and they were both getting on the field. If you're getting on the field at Ohio State as a freshman or a sophomore, you're going to the NFL. Point blank. That shit is going for them.
Especially as a freshman, he was on the field as a
That's what I'm
freshman.
saying. It's going forever. One boy was from Jersey, the other one from Ohio. Going forever, done. Just because of that. Because she took back the consent. And again, they were not convicted. They were proved innocent by a jury. So it's just crazy, man. It's just Would you want to hear more of her? She's not convincing. She's not a strong advocate, like the lady. I said, whatever survey that was, that's not how you talk about something this serious and you're supposed to be an expert. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be able to name your own studies and surveys. Well, according to whatever survey that, what the fuck you saying? Homeboy, you already know, man. This might be risky, man. Salute to my brother, homeboy. Salute to the Ak in the building. 27 months is a membership. You heard? That shit, that's about as long as I've been doing this shit. Callie with the $5 says, I can understand the confusion because super religious people will teach you can't say no to your husband. Well, that's nobody. Ain't nobody super religious. That's for damn sure. But I catch your drift. But I think that, yeah, we've heard that. And I think Paul says it in 1 Corinthians, right? You should never, in 1 Corinthians 7, you shouldn't deny your spouse either way, right? So it's not just husband. They're getting that from Paul's recommendation in 1 Corinthians 7, where you shouldn't deny each other at all, both husband and wife, vice versa. That life, 27 months. Salute, man. You know? Damn. All right, we gotta finish it, I guess, for the sake of. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. We ain't gonna do the whole 10 minutes. LOL.
We got 2.5 minutes left.
Ms. Swalwell, and the issue that we're seeing here, these are just allegations right now. However, so many of the folks who are on the side, I guess Swalwell and his attorneys would say there was consent. Unpack that for us. How important is it for us to make the differentiation between what true consent really is in a case like this?
Well, if you are deciding to have sex with someone, there are plenty of issues, especially with this, that you have to take a look at. One, does he have control over your work? Is this somebody who you report to?
So has rank and power, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you take a look at plenty of these cases that come up, some of these women felt like they were forced. Some of these women with this particular case, one in particular said she was willing to have sex. But what she wasn't willing to do is go to a bar, think that they're just going to have a drink, and then not remember anything and wake up.
And then we have another case, obviously, in the news on this really important month to talk about stopping violence against women. And this one was the murder-suicide that we just reported up on today with that high-level former lieutenant governor and his wife. This is obviously a very tragic turn of events, but one that we see all too often.
I think you're right. And I believe that there was a restraining order as well because there had been violence in this family. My heart breaks. Those kids were in the house. What had to have been going through his mind to decide he was going to kill this person and then kill himself because he's too much of a coward to.
Sure. Well, it is a very sad case, and that one, of course, is one that continues to haunt so many people. But the most dangerous time for so many people is when they're planning on leaving a marriage, as you've reported to us before, and we know so many therapists have talked about. Look, the bottom line is all of us have a responsibility to call out bad behavior and terrible behavior and abhorrent behavior. And that's hopefully what we're beginning. As we start the conversation at this table, it continues in the important places in your home where that can then continue as well. Dr. Tracy Stolberg, it's so good.
I just wanted to see what this dude was saying. He only had 400 views. And I just wanted to see it. Right?
Over the last couple of days, I, perhaps like you, have seen lots of different posts and stories about this so-called online rape academy. And I finally had a chance to look into the actual source material of this. And there are a couple things I want to share. First, the story is horrifying and real. There really has been reporting done by CNN about online communities where men share tactics for drugging, assaulting, and filming women, assumingly against their will. This is not something to minimize. This is evil. It deserves outrage, investigation, platform accountability, and criminal prosecution. No doubt on that. Second, some of the viral framing is getting sloppy. I'm seeing people say that 62 million men visited this thing and 62 million men are learning how to rape and get away with it. But that's not what the reporting shows. That number being spread is tied to visits to a much larger site, not 62 million men identified in assault groups. And online visits are not the same thing as unique people. And they are definitely not the same thing as confirmed rapists. In the Snopes write-up of the original CNN report, the distinction of that is made very clearly. And all of these are traffic estimates for this entire site that I'm not going to bother to name, but they are just that, estimates. I've had countless conversations with men who were betrayed by a woman, abused, manipulated, sexually violated, or falsely accused by a woman. And I attempt to keep these guys from concluding that all women are abusive and can't be trusted. I would never tell these men that their pain proves that women are the problem. I would never help them or encourage them to turn their hurt into hatred, because that is how separation grows. That is how resentment grows. That is how people stop seeing human.
Okay, so I just wanted to more so hear the first part. Now he giving his 2 cents, which he doing okay. He got my attention for a little bit. What you think, man? Obviously, it's divisive, right? I guess the question is for good reason. Like, is the threat that real, authentic? What do we teach our daughters? What do we teach us? Like, where does this go? Yo, I was thinking this thing, right? What, you about to say something? What?
No, go.
Consent is so in school, right? This girl comes in my room. Word to me, she would not leave the room, Sherelle. Dead ass. She would not leave, right? I did not want to smash her. She would not leave my room, right? I wanted to jazz her out the room. You see, feel me? Like Jazz from Fresh Prince. So she would not leave though. So I just end up doing this shit. So how does that? And I, word to my mom, I sincerely wanted her to get out. You see what I mean? But she just kept asking, begging. I said, well, if you do this, like finally, I'm like, yo, if you do this, all right, fuck it. Right? But I said yes at finally. Where does coercion lie?
So that was coercion to you, right?
Is that, but does it qualify as the next thing?
As the next thing, I mean,
Rape or whatever.
coercion is rape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a form. It's like degrees, like we say homicides, murder 1, murder 2, manslaughter. So it's just the degree of it. I don't think that talking about these things are divisive. I don't know why we get that. Unless you're like a rape apologist. The men who are saying we're good men and majority of good men don't do this should have no problem standing against men who harm women. You should be. The separation shouldn't be, oh, men and women are separating because men are harming women. Everybody should be separating themselves from men who harm women. That it shouldn't be a fight for or any justification of the abuse, murder, rape, anything of anyone, woman, man, or child. So when people do evil things, we shouldn't be trying to justify it, and it shouldn't cause separation. We should be able to call that out, isolate that, and eliminate that.
So don't trust anybody, right? We're talking about the women as it pertains to men. The men who are willing to do the egregious act, is it worth acceptable losses? Casualties of bystanders, like almost like a drive-by. People get shot who shouldn't get shot. But is the men who are actually raping, that's an egregious enough act to where men who aren't, right, and get caught up in it are casualties of the same war? Is that just acceptable? Is that what we're saying needs to be done to snuff it out?
No, because I think that's problematic, right?
But that's gonna happen. It gotta happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, like if we want, Beans used to say this all the time. If there was no prisons, which meant no innocent person ever went to jail, would you prefer no prisons over prisons, and you know that innocent people will go to jail?
There's only 1 million people in jail.
Right, but if they was, would you rather just not exist at all?
See, if I'm speaking from my lens, then it gets there's a bias, like there's a, because could we deal with them?
Oh no, you can't eliminate people because that's worse, right? So the reason why we put people in prisons, even mass murderers, um, people who do the most egregious things, right? We put pedophiles in there. That's probably one of the most egregious things you can do in the world. But we let them serve their time and come home and pass flyers to the schools that they move around, right? And um, the reason why people vote on the death penalty goes up and down. What we can do, the egregiousness of the death penalty, taking away the electric chair, like trying to make it more suitable, is because death is such a final call. So putting the wrong person in jail, killing the wrong person, killing the innocent person, that's going to be even a further stretch.
Okay, I understand. I just don't see a place on earth for child molesters or rapists.
I don't either, right?
But here's the thing though. Here's the problem with with me saying that, because look what's being considered rape now, right? Coercion is rape. Persuasion is rape. A not lack of verbal consent is rape. I'm married to you. We have duty and obligation, but when you don't feel like it, it's rape. When you do it when you don't want to, is rape. You see, that's literally what we saw in that video, and she's supposed to be an expert.
Yeah. Now I think that's the nuance when it comes to an adult. But any of those factors when it's a minor, coercion against a
No,
minor,
let's not molestation. Now we talking about this more tangible thing for adults, right? Because if you reflect on your life, I'm saying you, but I'm saying the 300 people here, right? And now you understand what's categorized as such, right? At what point have you been subjected to this? Whether subjected, culpable, like I got a girlfriend, right? The first time we have sex, we not drunk. Cool, right? Second time we have sex, I'm drunk. She a rapist. Third time we have sex, she drunk. Am I categorized as such?
So wait, is it that you can't have sex with your own partners if they're drunk? Like you
You
can't get
can't.
drunk together?
They can't consent.
I thought that meant like a stranger, like getting strange people drunk at the bar.
Remember, we already said these are strangers. I got a girlfriend for a month. I never even been to her hometown.
Yeah, I know, and I think 'cause we talked about that like I said, if we chat GPT when we talking about people who are getting harmed by their significant others, it's a smaller percentage of legal wives and husbands.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah, 100%.
It's a smaller percentage of that. Um, but is that something to be weary of? That if we understand that the stats show that we are safer with random men in the world, and not with our partners, that's pointing to we're just having sex with random men in the world.
Yeah, they random. That's what I'm saying. It's strange men. It's strange men and women having sex.
And that's the new
Norm.
norm for predators. Just say, hey, like, why wait for you outside of Central Park and if I can just find you on a dating app?
That nigga's easy to define, right? These reports are not, yo, I'm jumping out the bushes in Central Park, right? It's strange men that I'm trying to say isn't strange because I've been dating them for a month and now I give him or her my body, right? You know, men and women, because it's right. And when we drunk, if I feel away, I can use that because I cannot consent. Either way.
Yeah.
We dating for 6 months, really. You saucy one night, we have sex, right? That can be classified. Oh, they've been dating. Nobody give a fuck because you can rape your spouse too. Your actual wife or husband. They're saying it's crazy that you can't deny your spouse. Or you shouldn't. They say you shouldn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of it's now classified.
Yeah. Strange things. What do we do with that?
All right. Oh, that's an interesting thing, right? Callie's saying power dynamic. Where does the power dynamic lie? If we say on the internet, you heard me had this fight how many times, Sherelle, about who control access to sex?
Women. Oh, men.
I
You
had that
say
fight twice a month? Well,
just had
twice
it
a week,
yesterday, right?
probably.
You're so fantastic. This is where we separate.
Yeah. So what is the power dynamic?
The power. I think men still hold the power dynamic. So let's say,
Physical power, strength. No,
yeah,
that can be it.
yeah, it got to be because right. So like when you go to the gas station and you really need gas,
Mhm.
it's a reason why you want to go in the middle of the night to do something and not your wife,
Yeah,
right? Because you don't feel like every threat that's coming towards her is necessarily coming towards you. You don't walk up the street and you ain't looking for like a white van thinking like, oh, a group of women are gonna put me in the van and rape me. It's just not in your conscience. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't hear enough stories where, hey, groups of women are, abducting men. So when that's not even in your subconscious thought to be worried about. But for all women, it's not subconscious.
Yeah, I walk through campus. I'm like, oh, that blue light's nice. I'm not looking at it as a safe haven. I'm just walking, So I understand that. But again, that's I think the bulk of it is this person I know. See, that's the bulk of it, right? And so when we're looking at consent until it's revoked, we're looking at when I can consent. When am I being coerced? When I don't want to do it anymore and someone doesn't stop, what is this called? See, that's what we're assessing mostly now.
Yeah. And then even when it's the ones right? The abuse and the rape that's coming from the people that because most people would say, well, there were signs before. Why didn't you leave? And we just had in the recent week, three women get killed by their husbands for trying to leave. So there's that threat. Do you walk around your house in fear? Do you walk around your house thinking, if I say no, I can get beat, or if I don't do this or I don't do this, like, do you walk around like an abused person, a shell of yourself, thinking I'm walking on eggshells to make this person comfortable, or there may be harm to me or my children, and if I leave, I could lose my life.
Yeah. Let me just answer these. I think these are important for us to answer, right? Even though it's not super. Remember, that's a biblical recommendation. by Paul because of what was happening in Corinth. It's important to start reading. Read entire First Corinthians, but most people don't. Chapter 5 starts to give you context of what he's saying in chapter 7. So what's happening is in Corinth, the Israelites are acting so heinously. They're doing shit that even the heathens don't do. So he's getting on them for that. He tells them, damn, you guys, you men keep having sex with your father's wives when you know, pursuant to Leviticus 18, that's a sin to do. Right? But you keep having sex with your father's wives, not their moms, because that's a separate sin. Their father has more than one wife and they're sleeping with their father's wives, which they're not supposed to do. Right? So now when you read up to 7, which is what most people kind of know about, he's saying everybody get their own wife, right? And just be happy with that. And then don't deny each other because you cause people to err. But then he makes sure to tell you that that's his recommendation. That's not in the commandments. Right, Ro? So just to clarify that for you guys. All right. Just so we on the same page, you know? So good. I hope that breakdown was clean. I was kind of not rushing it, but going through it, you know? All right, let me read this real quick. Aaron with the $2 says, serious question. Was the MGTOW dudes on to something? Was it men going their own way, right? Is that MGTOW? Yeah. Yo, Aaron, well, that's what the white guy was saying in that clip. He's like, yo, this divides, right? Because men are going to say, yo, fuck that. I'm not risking it. You know? And it's just the percentages. Kirev, what's popping? My G, ain't seen you in a little minute. Hope all is well with the $5. So what happens when a man keeps asking? The wife says no, then says, all right, damn, hurry up. Is that forced? Forced may be the wrong word, but coerced would be the right word. And then here's the fly shit, Kirev, about your question. Forced and persuaded have different connotations when I hear them. But are they semantics? Like the art of persuasion was a real thing. The art of coercion, much more negative context. If they yield the same result and they have similar behavior, are they the same though? And are we just playing semantics? Damn, man. All right. Devin, what's up? Josh, what's up? You guys hear me? Mic check?
Yep, I can hear you. It's a decent conversation.
Decent, it's beyond decent. It's intriguing. Because I haven't concluded any. I know what's wrong and right. You know what I'm saying? In terms of this, just generally speaking. But with all these nuances, Josh, it concerns me.
Why does it concern you? Just out of curiosity, the conversation taking place as to what defines, and we're talking about socially, we're definitely not talking legally. Socially, when somebody can use the word grape, and I'm saying grape as in something you eat, not that word, because forget TOS. Yeah. Why is that concerning that people are discussing when and when you cannot have intercourse?
Yeah, not concerning in that aspect, but I'm saying that the nuance and the subjectivity and when or how you can consent and then revoke it, right? It's just a lot going on all at once, right? And everything is given credibility, which is dangerous for the people who are I'm gonna say real victims. So I know what you guys know what I mean by that.
Sure.
And then also the people who are out here just, having casual sex like 99% of us, and now you get caught up in some shit because somebody get mad at you.
Well, now, wouldn't that be the problem and that thus thereby deserve? If you're out there scrogging around, playing all these social games, right? Don't you deserve the consequences?
I see your point. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Yeah. I see a see your point. And most sex is casual. Hey, I see your point, right? I mean, that's cut and dry, right? You're not giving nobody no grace. You saying you doing dumb shit, you being promiscuous, and you get smoked because of it. That's on you.
I kind of think this is kind of across the board. Let's take the concept of consent within marriage, right?
Yeah.
Legally speaking, from just a core legal speaking, and you could actually prove it. The moment that your old lady say no, right, and you do it anyways, legally speaking, this is technically illegal, right? Can't prove that, but that's the line that you would have right there, right? Just think about that for a moment, having these conversations in that way. Wouldn't you also be teaching people, oh, well, I have a little bit more power dynamic within the marriage? And I'm going to take this back to exactly how this got started. Not the Grape Academy thing. That's actually a really good, it's a really good title, and it fits really well. Y'all brought up this based off of Swow, whatever his name is. You know he can't be criminally charged, right?
I don't know that story.
Oh, okay, but forget the allegation, right? Because that actually there's no details yet. They will come. But think about this. Do you think that a sitting congressional member can be criminally charged?
Yeah.
Really? And I'll give you concepts like Santos, right? Like he got nailed for like wire fraud and all this good stuff. What is constitutional immunity? It'd be like diplomatic immunity that applies to a certain group of people. There would be constitutional immunity that applies to congressmen, House senators. Then you've got executive immunity. You've got qualified immunity, cops, right? If it was the case that this man was in his office and he had sex with another woman, right, while he's on the job, he cannot be criminally charged. He can be off because technically a congressman, they would have a duty as an on and off. And the standard within constitutional immunity is the moment that you step foot out your door to start to navigate to work, it starts. It does not end until the moment that whatever the house sitting is, and it could be for a day, it could be for a week, it could be for a month, that they step foot back in their house. Even if it's the case that it doesn't end for like a month and they're going back and forth to their home, they're immune. This is a nasty little system that we're dealing with here.
I don't believe that to be true.
Okay, name all of the congressional, any House, Senate, congressional person that's been convicted of any crime, criminally speaking, not civilly, criminally. It'd be Soros. I'll give you him. He got nailed for wire fraud only while he was outside of that time period of what they call like while you're in house and while you're out house.
See, I think the issue here with that part of the conversation is that a lot of the people a lot of their issues that come up based off political reasonings, not that they actually have the backing or the fundamental things they need to charge somebody. And then if it's like something smaller, of course, they're not going to really go for it. But I think if it's something larger, like we're speaking of, where like sexual assault and all that stuff, like I think 100% they're going to be charged.
Just real quick. So
go ahead.
I'm a little bit less interested in those dynamics. I'm more focused on the dynamics that affect people, everyday people, more consistently. Like that conversation is for those people, right? So what about the dynamics that we're discussing amongst people?
Let me bring it back to you. Could it be the case if the DNC took Swole and basically threw a sword down and told him to fall on it because they wanted another sitting representative? And if it's the case, because you know how the DNC is with the whole consent conversation, actually came about by them. The Republican Party generally doesn't care. The idea that saying we're going to have a conversation to tell you when you can have sex with people, when you can't, or when you can consent or any of that stuff. That doesn't come about from our party. That conversation all came about from the free love movement on the left. This is their conversation. Why wouldn't they take him and make him a martyr, as in saying, hey, look, us DNC, because they're also the ones that actually initiated the investigation committee, trying to look like they're doing something and then get y'all to talk about it.
They might trying to be stopping y'all from raping.
Who?
Whatever side you not on, or whatever side you on.
Sir, I'm definitely not on that side. I'm on the side that if you have to tell somebody that it's grape, that there has to be consent within sex, you should be offed.
Yeah. No,
we don't have this discussion, right? What father has sat down with their son and gone around and said, hey, look, you can't go around raping women. Think about this. Has any of our fathers ever had to tell us such a thing?
No.
I mean, no, but in today's day and age, yeah. Like in the state of New York, if you engage into a
Russ,
if you're
good morning.
copulating with a female and then not
Anybody say good morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Salute.
Go ahead, Russ.
Yeah, like in the state of New York, you can't copulate with a female if she's inebriated. Know what I mean? Because if she's inebriated and you copulate with her, that will be considered a non-consensual manner. Know what I mean? You engaging in a sexual act which is non-consensual.
Correct. Has your father ever had to break down and said,
never left New York, huh?
Yeah. But think about that. Has your father ever had to sit down and have a talk with you and said, hey, look, there's this drunk, passed out woman.
No, he didn't. He didn't have. I mean, it was common sense, but with these laws that's implemented into our social construct, yeah. Right. If you have a son now, yeah, you have to teach them on how to engage with the modern day female, or you're gonna get caught up in the bind.
Right. And what he said is key right there, right? So this was regular shit. So the chick come over. You go to Blockbusters. Y'all know what Blockbusters is, right? You get a movie.
Yeah.
Right? If you got through the whole movie, you did something wrong, right or wrong. So boom. You sitting there with her, right? Take this walk with me. You sitting there with her. Y'all start the touchy-feely. What she do? The fake squirm. Oh, stop that. I don't like that. I'm bugging. I'm on so far. Right?
No, you on point. Keep going.
She kind of playing hard to get, right? And y'all know this like a cat and mouse thing. A couple of my niggas, you should throw the Hail Mary, right? Go right down there, get her right, start doing their thing. That right there is now what?
Yeah.
It's the R word.
That's that's right. Well, yeah, that's coercion. Like trying to convince her body language is saying, I really don't want to do this, but she has to tell you no a few times, and then her mind goes to, he's not going to stop, so I need to just give in.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. This game, that cat and mouse, was mutually agreed upon, right? And then boom, once it starts, she damn near take over.
Yeah. I think,
but I'm just saying though,
it's the where do you know? How do you know the difference between the girl that's saying no, I really don't want to do this?
Yeah, you don't.
It might, yeah.
You don't, right? And that's what we're saying. That's the crazy game. You know what I'm saying? Not game. I'm saying that's the crazy variable or the equation now. If you ask more than twice, if you ask more than once, is that coercion?
The thing about it is like the older way, the younger boys, like Gen Z, they get it. I'm not picking you when you're drunk. I'm not, you say no, I'm leaving. Like, because they're hyper focused on false allegations and making sure women feel comfortable. From what I hear from like the younger generation, they don't like the cat and mouse.
That's what I'm saying. Because now the dads been through, we was a little bit older with the Me Too shit. So now the kids is right there. So now if you got an 18-year-old son, you like, nah, son, don't do this, don't do that, because now the dads understand the landscape. Go ahead,
yeah,
Devin.
she say no on Tuesday.
Devin been trying to talk too, just FYI.
So I'm gonna preface everything I say just so I can get this out of this. But like when I joined the military, Before I went infantry, I was actually paralegal, so I had to deal with like all of these cases with like, especially with the everybody says sexual assault and all that stuff is prevalent within the military. And I think just to finish off what you guys were saying on that part, the issue is not only are we having this issue with men pulling back, but women are complaining that men aren't men anymore and they're not pursuing. They're saying this. So you're saying you have one side that's saying, hey, men are actually like trying to be men or do this, and the other one side is saying, oh, you're coercion, you're trying to provoke me to do something that I don't want to do. So it's like this double-edged sword. You have that aspect of it, but also back to my military experience, we actually, when we take somebody to court for sexual assault, whatever it may be, we actually have to ask the panel about they have something called SHARP, sexual harassment, and all that stuff like that. And they have to ask them stuff that's taught, like, hey, can somebody consent while they're under the influence of alcohol? and if they actually says no, you can't consent, we actually have to kick them off the panel, because they at that point lose reasonable objective reality to how the world works, to where either like both people can be drunk, like who got graped in the process. If both people are drunk, who got graped in the process? We even had a case where this girl didn't even want to go to court, but because we have to play the political game of forcing these type of things to court martial and go to the process. This girl didn't even want to go, but this guy still got charged, even when they had people who saw the incident and saw that she was fully participating, even saw her on top. But he got still pushed through the system. I mean, obviously, he got found not guilty, but that's how far we've pushed this, to where somebody made an allegation, and because they both are drunk, he had to go through a court system, but he found not guilty because we were able to say we saw two individuals, because it was like in the barracks where the window was open, and so like two people saw them, and she was like on top. But the fact that he had to go through that process. And I'll wrap it up with this part. The issue is, this is a sensitive subject that is supposed to be sensitive. It's very serious. I want to put that out there. It's very serious, and we would take it serious. But we are allowing people to give vague definitions, situations that always target men as being the perpetrators of it. But we don't have, the issue where it comes is we don't have equal accountability for false allegations. And I think we don't have clear definitions of what something is, and we're always moving the goalpost. So I think that's what's causing all of this issue, is because I would even be up for making the punishments for rape and assault more serious, but because we have this ambiguity in the definitions, it makes it hard, and then it makes it hard for people to believe everything, because we know there's no repercussions for a false allegation.
Can I ask you a little bit about your prescription?
I have a question.
Go ahead, sure.
Do we think it would be worse for the man who is falsely, like, somebody brings a false allegation, he has to do time, and then we find out he was innocent and he's exonerated? Or a woman, because we know that majority of women who do report their rape, there will be nobody going to jail. Do we sit women who can't afford a big lawyer, because there's men who have more money, better representation, who get out of these things, right? Do we sit those women in jail? Do you think any of the women involved in the R. Kelly situation has more money than R. Kelly to represent themselves from not going to jail? Or would that deter if a woman says, hey, if there are already women who are not reporting their rape because they're saying, people are going to people are going to say,
the parents
the
child support.
Nobody, I don't have time for y'all to do. It don't matter if a parent give you a child, are you gonna fuck them? I don't want to hear that.
Wait. All right.
It does matter. It does matter.
That's not what I'm.
It's the parents' responsibility to protect their child for something like that.
My wife working? Check.
So what happens if a parent give you a child? What you gonna do with them?
It sounds like you got your wrong input. Try checking your mic setting.
Kiki, you blacked out.
I'm blacked out.
Yeah,
Really?
you
You
just
guys
a black.
squirt?
No,
You
check,
guys
check,
hear me?
check. I'm good now.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we're getting you back. Yeah.
All right, now listen. Everybody, you gotta go slow with this. You don't want anybody saying to be misconstrued, right? Rush may have a tad bit of a delay. R. Kelly was used as an example for monetary means, not the dynamic of him specifically. It was about he got money, the alleged victims don't. So does he have leverage in that case? Put any rich motherfucker versus a poor motherfucker. That's all she's saying. All right, don't get caught up on the examples. We kill conversations with that. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So we already have women who are not reporting it because they're feeling like justice won't be served. But just imagine how many women won't report it if not only justice is not going to be served, but after me being raped, I could also face jail time from from the justice system failing me. It would be a double justice system failing.
Well, no, I think the issue is I think we gotta have you get clear examples of somebody giving a false account. Like you don't do it because I can't prove it. I don't think that's what anybody. That's not what I'm saying in this conversation. Not that you can't prove that whatever. It's just like if you are proven to say you texted your homegirl, "Hey, I'm gonna set him up. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z," or something like that. Then that would be the say. Even what's the baseball player?
It's a couple years ago.
Exactly.
Isn't that conspiracy?
But
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just,
conspiracy.
but that's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to pull what I'm saying as like we're just gonna,
I get what you're saying.
But it should be there as when we have egregious situations like that can be happen. But the fact is that nobody even thinks about having some type of accountability for somebody who misuses our justice system that way. I think that's what counterbalances the effort into helping actual victims. It's because we know we don't take care of the people who use it in the wrong situations. So then it's like if we know that, hey, if she makes a false allegation, she can get in trouble, and that she's making an allegation, she must be serious about this allegation. Like,
for example, she brought up Talil's situation, the streamer. That girl should be in jail somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Can
you see
time for that? Let me say this real quick before I bounce HAMP. Anytime a dude served time for a negative stigma like that, now he's getting punished twice. He got to come out the pocket, and then on top of that, if he's behind the wall, he got to deal with the repercussions and the wolves behind the wall. You know what I mean? Right. Even if the man that's falsely accused is exonerated for a charge like that, that negative stigma never leaves him. You know what I mean? And it's more common for a female to lie on a man because she's a bird, she's been passed around, and she accused a man for that because she feels ashamed for what she did with the man. I think it's unjust. Every man that's been falsely accused of something like that, man, and these chicks need to be put behind bars for that, man. Yo, I catch you on the flip, HAMP, man. Dope stream. One.
Be safe. One.
Why is there this constant push for the government? Government, please change the laws to work in my favor. Government, please punish the person. Why can't you take care of your own problems? And I don't mean black people, I mean us as a society. The reason why you got here, like grape, I've told you, grape in itself, we all know where you're not supposed to go. But we're consistently asking the government for more and more and more. At what point does this go so far where the government actually does tell you when you can and can't have sex? How far are we from that point? There's no end to this.
Yeah, no, it's a convoluted thing. And I agree with Devin, right? The people who during the investigation process, the man going through trial or whatever the case is, and it's found that he was lied on. That's what Devin's saying. That woman should then be prosecuted. Not like not being able to prove it, but a level of, you know, what he was saying, or like
maliciousness.
malicious intent, yeah, or like the Brian Banks situation where she literally laughing, like, oh yeah, he never, like the private investigator got her on tape. Did y'all see that? She's literally laughing. I just said that.
Okay, so
That's the
what
person that should go to jail.
prosecution against a false allegation is going to justify society? What good is that going to do?
People just need to see. People don't understand the system like you think, Josh. Right? People just need to understand that there's a consequence, right? And it's connected to a misdemeanor or a felony, right? They don't need to understand. Just they need to know is there's a possibility that that will happen if you falsely accuse someone.
Isn't that kind of like?
Think about this. Most people have no interaction with the police, but they know that jail is a possibility, so they don't do shit. That's all I'm saying.
I agree, but wouldn't it seem like it's more self-serving, right? So the false allegation came about because somebody was probably doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. Why don't start there?
No, who like? But the thing is, it's like both. But the false allegation also could come into place because both people are doing something they weren't supposed to do, and then the one person is saying, "Let me get ahead of this because with the false allegation, so I don't have to deal with the consequences." So it's just, I mean, but I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like both, like you can't then punish one person when ultimately you're saying both people are doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Why can't we?
What do you mean? Why can't you?
Why can't we punish both parties?
Hold on, I don't even get what you're saying anymore.
What? Oh, okay. Let's. I'm going to take HAMP's example, right? We're all going out to the movies, right? I'm going to slip my arm around her. I'm going to start playing that cat and mouse game, right? Why can't we both be punished? Why can't HAMP? And I'm just saying, pretend I'm black for a moment, right? And I'm taking his daughter out on a date. Why can't he whoop my ass? Why can't my dad whoop my ass? Why can't our parents do the thing, right? Why we constantly got to go to daddy government in every little thing we do? I'm going to call the police. Well, that turns out well for who? All you're doing is adding more and more. There's never going to be an end to this.
Okay, I guess I'm not. One thing I'm missing is what are you saying they did wrong for? I guess instead of government to step in, have parent or family step in.
What is a better dealing with? Take a group of people, any group of people. What is better to deal with that group of people? Let's say it's yours. Would you rather your government deal with those people, or would you rather your own society, your own group of people deal with that problem?
I mean, yeah, I agree with the sentiment that we can solve a lot of problems if we had a stronger family structure and accountability within our own communities.
Okay. Do you think that the government in itself, and I don't mean as a totality, let's just take it in political groups. Do you think that the political parties, in this case, the DNC or the GOP, is in their best interest to push agendas like this? As an example with this Sal guy, right? Do you think that it's possible that they could have used him to re-trigger a conversation, in this case, to make the DNC look like they're addressing an example and cleaning out their own party kind of bullshit, and trigger a conversation within society to say, hey, look, there's this problem. We need to address it, and we needed more authority to do so.
Josh, so yeah, but that maybe, right? But white people are perverse as hell, regardless of what side.
No disagreement.
Right or left, right? The exorbitant rates in which y'all commit things like rape, it don't matter what blue tie or red tie they putting on. I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and they try to push people to vote depending on one particular policy or whatever's happening, right?
Right.
I think we just looking at this, right? DNC, ABC, whatever it is.
Right.
I was asking, I think Sherelle and I said this right before you came up, but you was listening. Would it be effective putting this in the hands of people?
Family members, absolutely. Unfortunately, right? I heard your little comment about the prison concept, right? We put people in prison to deal with honor killings, or at least it used to be called honor killings. Now we call it retaliation. The reason why we put people in cages is to stop continuation of abuse from one way or the other. Why? Because society is really good at dealing with the situation. An example, if I do something to HAMP's kids, right? If I'm not behind bars or someplace where he can't get to me, he's going to do something to me. That's how all of society has worked. We put people in cages for that reason alone. It ain't for him or society, it's to protect me.
So the issue I have with your thing is because the reason why I understand like we should step up and protect our own and our own society and our own groups, but I think the issue is we are, as people, especially when it comes to these subjects, become very emotionally charged. We tend to then miss a whole bunch of facts and a lot of layers that are important to the situation. So I think, yes, there should be less government when it comes to just like policing and making sure people are doing the right thing. But once a crime or something is committed, I think you got to have that filter of, hey, these are the facts. Let's present them. Did the law get broken? And I think that's where I think that's why I think the overall issue with this conversation, not like the conversation itself, but how we engage in this conversation, is because we get blinded by, how seriousness of the crime is.
Okay.
So like, like if somebody's like speaking on something, like you never want to be like, but this or question, because you don't want to come, invalidate somebody's feeling or something. Like
let me work with your process here a little bit. Do you believe that there's any amount of laws that are going to reduce the number of sexual crimes within the United States?
Yeah, I think we can. I just think we convolute it so much that we don't know what the right answer is.
It's being convoluted now, right? A little bit, So here's the one thing, Josh. Vigilantism, right? I don't think that's sustainable, right? The Wild Wild West only was able to exist for so long, right? Because people are too subjectively emotional, right? So what happens in that when that happens? But I think one thing you were saying, I think, is something that we can really converse about in more of a reality, where you are being sexually deviant, sexually promiscuous, right? And now you want protections when your behavior potentially, for a decent portion of these cases, I got to figure out a percentage, put you there. Not the dude jumping out of the bushes in Central Park. Not that. That's obvious.
Yeah.
But people just having casual sex with strange people who they don't know, right? And then consent is blurry and they're drunk. And so now that's a rape charge. Well, your behaviors have to be assessed before we get to charging anybody. I think that's a point that you had kind of made a little earlier that I think has a little bit more realistic substance.
We tried that, and socially it boiled down to you can't blame the victim.
Yeah, you can't blame the victim because it's saying like women, even if they're like it's normal for women to want to have sex or for women to choose to be promiscuous. It's not normal for them to be raped against their will. So yeah, it's natural for women to be like, I want to have sex, even if they want to have sex with 1 million guys. But that 1,000,001 guy cannot force her to do anything against her will.
But remember,
even if she let 1,000,000 ones do it, if she tells that last one no, that no is supposed to be valid.
Here's the thing, though, right? Because coercion is being categorized as rape, right? Persuasion, rape. An audible yes. If you don't get an audible yes, it's rape. If I'm intoxicated, inebriated, incapacitated, it's rape. So how does this shit boil down? If I'm promiscuous and I'm subject to every single thing that I just named because I'm choosing to have sex with 1 million people,
Sex contracts. You're going to get together. You're going to sign a contract. You're going to have it signed by a lawyer, notarized. Then you can have sex.
But that doesn't even work because you can revoke it at any time.
Nope. That's absolutely a government contract. And if you change your mind, that's perjury.
No, it's not. They're not going to make it like that. What are you saying?
What are you talking
Even
about?
Even if you sign a contract, and what are you going to do? Sign a contract every time as a married man and a married woman?
You have a contract currently now within marriage.
And then what if in the moment the woman feels like, hey, I don't want to do this? Well, a contract says you have to keep going.
So
I'm not saying that the contract I'm not saying that the contract is effective. I'm saying it's the direction of how things are going to go. And I originally called it the government's going to give permission. I'm just calling it a contract for the point. To think that doesn't happen now, in what states are affairs technically criminally illegal now?
I don't know, but I just don't feel like it's why is it that difficult? If I don't want to play a cat and mouse game, the cat and mouse game is over. Move on. The cat and mouse game is over. Move on. If you can't get a direct yes, I want to have sex with you, I'm comfortable. You can't read into a woman's body language. If a person doesn't want to have sex with you, move the fuck on. It should not be that hard, because right now we're trying to find a way to protect men from false allegations when we're discussing men raping women. But the conversation has moved to how do we protect men when women are being raped, and we're having a conversation about how can we protect men in these situations.
No, it's not about. It's not like there was separation between the two though. Like the separation is
cheeky. 1 second.
Yeah.
No, Sherelle, we're having a conversation about the Rape Academy. We're having a conversation about the dynamics that exist in the earth today. It's not strictly about the women's side or the man's side. It's all inclusive, because we're trying to understand how do we understand this in the first place. Both sides had to be discussed in terms of protection, honestly, right? Because you don't want men getting caught up in it unnecessarily. That way you can really find the wolves and destroy them. And women who are being manipulative should get outed, so that the women who are really getting hurt and raped have the real covering they deserve. So I think it's all of that. You see what I mean? I'm not trying, you know what I mean? I'm just not ignoring nothing.
I'm not saying I understand what we were discussing. I'm saying where I'm seeing the conversation going now.
Oh yeah,
how the conversation is getting pushed to where it's getting pushed towards.
Okay, let Cheek go, and then we'll see where we at.
Yeah, I think the key part of this is there's got to be a societal change that's pushed by men and women, right? Like we have to stop doing this thing where the people who are pursuing of women are technically more danger because of the convoluted standpoint of sex and sexual intercourse and interaction. So like that's the issue. Like as a society, we've got to move. It's got to be a man and woman thing. Women have to start doing things like it being the person to initiate like that. I think that's just the safest thing to do, right? Because if we keep pushing this thing where men are always pushing or whatever the case may be, you are putting you're increasing the likely chance of it backfire. And to me, it just doesn't make sense to keep doing that. Now, in the obvious cases where someone is forcibly raped, I think that's very different, right? But those moments where you're in a relationship or you guys have had sex multiple times before, and she wants to be playful, but she's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot to try to figure all of that out. I think women just, in the cases of like the not so clear rape cases, we need to start pushing women. Hey, look, if this is what you want to do, then you initiate it.
I mean, but that's what I was saying before. You can't. Then you got to stop the culture of calling men incels and like people who like kind of detract. Because ultimately, there's a culture of men who are detracting from even initiating, have a conversations, and then now they're the awkward ones, who can't fit into society. Like I I think just overall, we have a culture that just we're paying the price of allowing so much in our culture to where the lines are just blurred. We've just allowed too much, and then to where we can say concretely this is wrong, and then we can punish the bad actors hard because we've made a clear line. Because we don't have that clear line, it's making it hard for people just to say, go full out punish this person. Like, I want to full out punish people for doing like horrendous things to women in sexual aspects. Like, I want that, but it's just the lines are so blurred that we can't have that stance because we know there's the possibility that it ain't what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's no way to get rid of rapists. Like, I just don't. I don't know how. I don't think you can get rid of them. I don't think there's anything you can
You
do.
realize, Cheeky, we don't agree the definition of rape currently. Like, we're literally, that's where we're at right now.
Well, even with that being the case, like, I can understand there be some level of validity, but there's no way to get rid of rapists, even if you include all of the nuance of social cues or sexual cues. There's no way to get rid of it. So
Mustache Man had already figured out all of this stuff before. There's ways to get rid of people.
yeah, but getting rid of people that don't or that haven't done anything wrong or is innocent is the issue.
How do we see? And that's the core of the problem. We disagree fundamentally who's innocent and who's not.
Right, but that's my point. Like, there's no way around. You can never get rid of rapists with this convoluted situation.
Only because you're putting a title on something that we already do not agree on. That's the problem. Okay.
What are you saying?
As the previous example, we're playing the cat and mouse game, right? And she all of a sudden changed her mind. Legally, there's no way to prove that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got off legally, right? But socially, I'm still going to get called that. There's no consensus. There's no agreement.
Right, but again, that just goes back to what I think should happen, right? Or what I think could be a solution is stop making this our society has changed too much for us to be trying to maintain anything traditionally, because nothing that we do, none of our things or ideas are traditional, and it's hard to maintain any level of traditional anything when nothing we're doing is that, right? In order for things to be traditional for women, it would have to be repressive. We'd have to say you can't have sex, right?
Yeah.
You cannot do this, and women are gonna have an issue with that. But if you say you can do this and you can do whatever you want to do, it's also allowing you more opportunity to be in harm's way. It's kind of what comes with freedom. So it's like,
go back to the premise. I disagree that society has gone this way, right? And I'll demonstrate it this way. If I open the state sex offender registry of any one of the 50 states, right? It's our society that's doing it. Apparently, if I'm just looking at this metric alone, well, I'm not seeing a lot of black people. So you guys want to actually get involved with our system and participate with that as your standard? Are you crazy? Why would you adopt that? It doesn't work for us. Why would you think it works for you?
wait, what are you saying? What doesn't work for?
Any of the concept of dealing with a consensus agreement of any part of this, even trying to get involved politically, it's not your problem, right? If anything, you should be bullheading white people for the behavior. This is what notice. I don't push back on the whole, well, that's some white boy shit ish. Because it's true and it should be pushed back. But the idea of calling the cops or getting involved in the political system doesn't work, because that's the system we have now, and it does not work.
The system doesn't.
It is not a problem within the black community as a whole, like as a large whole.
The system doesn't protect vigilantes. If you think you're gonna take the law into your own hands, your ass is going to jail. That's it. If we had a system that protects vigilantes, then maybe that would be a solution. But what we're dealing with right now is we have to deal with the justice system to put predators away. There is no building we get to take predators too and just chop them up like butchers, and the police ain't coming for us. Sorry to break the news, because guess what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure men would love that. I'm pretty sure men would love a torture system for predators, but the law doesn't allow it.
If you break the social contract, there's going to be chaos.
Come on, you can give me a hug now, for real. All right. That is not a yes. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Was that a yes?
No, sir.
Even though she said yes, what was her body language saying?
No.
Her body language was saying no. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Even if somebody's body language is saying no, that still means what?
No.
Say what?
No.
So they might verbally be saying yes, but their body language is saying what?
No.
Right. So that is also a no. If somebody's not giving you a yes, a real yes, it's still no. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And do you even want a hug like that? If somebody ain't hugging you back, do you even want that?
No, sir.
We don't want that anyway. If somebody's gonna do something for you, you're gonna do something for somebody else. You want them to want that. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And if they don't want that, then we let that slide. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We let it go and be like, you know what? Never mind. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If somebody gotta be like, well, I mean, I guess, and all that, or oh, okay, and all that, then we don't want that. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That is not a yes. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Is Mark borrow your phone? Please? I just need to borrow real quick. I just need to call my mom right quick. Come on, I just need to borrow right quick. Call my mom right fast.
Go ahead.
All right, appreciate it. It's gonna be real quick. Talk to me. What going on?
You convinced her because she said no, and then she said yes.
Yep. I tried to convince her, and after she said no already, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then when she did say, okay, fine, was that a yes?
No, sir.
That was not a yes. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
And even if she say, well, yes, is that a yes?
No, sir.
That is not a real yes. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We want a real emphatic yes. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Do we give anybody any attitude to try to convince them?
No, sir.
If we have to do any of that little extra stuff like convincing and getting mad and all that stuff, then we don't need to be trying to ask them for anything. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
You let it go. It's working. Can I get a hug?
Sure.
Yep. What did body language say?
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. If we got to convince them what that means.
No.
If we got to convince them what that means.
No.
It's a no. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
What's a yes?
A real yes.
They gonna say yes with they what?
Mouth.
And what?
Body language.
They gonna say yes with they what?
Mouth.
And what?
Body language.
Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Easy work.
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing good. Can I get a hug?
No.
Why not? Just a hug? Come on. You can give me a hug.
Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I think that looks like an exaggeration, but that's what dads are doing to what's her name's earlier point now, because we understand the landscape has changed significantly. There was one time Cheeky I was saying something, I was telling a story. This is like a year ago, Cheeky.
Yeah, I remember.
And you was like, don't say that. And I didn't know what you was talking about. You know?
Did he just call me what's her name?
No. He didn't know who said it, but I don't think if it was you, he was saying I guess he was saying he couldn't remember who said it. So whoever said what he was talking about.
Yeah, but not Cheeky's like, nope, HAMP, that's
yeah. You were going to jail.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mr. Wayne, what you think?
I thought that was really dope, man. I mean, I've had to do it with 7 sons. Like coming up, it was different for us, but over the years, things have changed. You have got to tell your kids and your daughters as well. You have got to let them know the landscape and what's going on. You have to give them the information, no matter how tough it is, no matter how it might be a difficult conversation to have, but you need to have them, because the one thing you really want to put in their head is discernment. You know, even now, people do make people sign NDAs as well. And I think people forget about that. People have a lot of parties, they know the landscape. They'll have you sign an NDA as well. You have to be protective. CYA, cover your ass. And that's just what it is, especially these kids nowadays, because they're out here even more wild when it comes to socially vaping, all of this stuff with their friends and their peer group. They are really going hard with their peer groups. So you have to just explain it to them, break it down, make sure that your boys knows exactly what that man just told those kids, that's what you should be doing.
And I agree what's being said in a sense of protection. I think the issue is when we start making those statements laws, as in that's the line of, she said yes, and now, or she changed her mind, or it was like a hesitant yes. Now that's like full on charge you for a crime. I think that's where we're getting crossed up a lot. Is we're teaching that's the right answer just to avoid any type of confusion and stuff like within the world. But I think if we start pushing things like that into law, I think that's where things start getting blurry and confusing and messed up.
Well, tell me this though, Devin, if you're with a female or what have you, and majority of men are not going to turn anything down. Let's just be real about that. But most men who have access, they won't put up with it. If you got to go through all that hard work, you may just leave. We're talking about the ones that if you just got your heart set on this one woman, but she's going hot and cold, you need to walk the fuck away. That's what you just need to do. You need to be able to pay attention to the signs. Because
again, I don't disagree with your sentiment of how it should operate. I'm just saying when we start putting that same sentiment into laws, that's where the issues come into play. That's all I'm saying.
So it's not even like making laws around it is impossible, because it is based on social cues, body language. So it's like how you're going to make a law against something that is already hard to prove. And not only that, we again, it's got to be both sides. Women can't do that. Oh, I'm shot. You can't do that. Like we're at a point in time where you can't do it. At this point, my recommendation is, if as a woman you want to have sex, you need to very, very clearly say that and be the one to pursue. Because it don't even make sense for men to pursue at this point. It just don't make sense for it to happen. You put yourself at a disadvantage when, again, the person, or when women have quite literally all the power in their hands, right? Because Hamp, argued this, what was it, a year ago too. I got control of the situation. No, you don't. You got control till you don't. And because of how this is set up, you don't really have any control, because even if you do get off legally because you didn't do anything wrong legally, socially, you're screwed. Just like you said with the boys in the
majority of women they're not even gonna try to approach you. Cheeky, they don't even look at it as if they need to approach a man. So majority of women are not gonna approach. They want us to cold approach them. They want us to shoot our shot at them.
Right, and that's where that man doing that with those kids needs to be done across the board, and it needs to also happen for women. Look, don't sit here. No, how else are you going to handle this? How's you going to handle it?
You're going to teach them.
You want to talk about? I'm sorry, hold up.
No, go ahead.
Teach that. Yes, that should be taught.
What happened when the LGBT community said we want to read to your children? You want more of that in the school? You want to talk about sex in any form within the school system?
Not sex, not sex consent. What are you talking about? You just saw that man. You just saw that man. He didn't make anything sexual. He used a phone and he used a hug.
And Cheek, what do you explain your part of what I think I understand? I just don't want to put words in your mouth about having this conversation with women. What would that conversation with women look like?
That conversation would be, look, you need to pursue, or you need to be very clear, right? They can't do that. Oh no, don't. Oh, I want to be chased. All that shit gotta go. Like we're gonna have to start treating these things like business transactions instead of romantic involvements, because romance involves a lot of body language, a lot of subtle cues, a lot of dropping the napkin and you picking it up for, like, again. And when you get in relationships, the man don't initiate. If you want sex as a woman, these things, we're gonna have to start treating them very, very, very transactional, and then see what comes from it from then. Because at this point, everything now is this social cue and, oh, I got enough swag, or I got to tell a little bit, I'll get a little juice in, a little drink. But now we're talking about criminalizing it. And if it's not criminalized already, we're talking about socially demonizing it. Who wants to risk their entire, image or opportunities because of a miscue or a regret or whatever the case may be? Now we got to rearrange how we teach things, and this all comes from women having sexual freedom. And I'm not saying I'm trying to take it away, but this is what you get with it. You want to be free to do things. Here are the downsides of it. Now you got to read the social cues and whatnot. I'm not talking about rape where it's like, come here and I'm forcing. I'm talking about where I'm trying to figure out sex is awkward, especially for young people. It's not, it ain't as cool as they make it seem on TV. Unless I'm wrong, that everybody's first sexual experience was it like super cool and I knew what I was doing, or was it like how's it going, or tell me.
I think abstain is what I would try to teach my son, because now you have to be a language expert.
But even then, Ham, that's even questionable because it's not even you're abstaining until you're not, and then once you get into that territory, then you're still having to navigate the issues, because even then when we're watching the video, the whole premise was about the whole if I regret it in my marriage, or if I really didn't want to do it and I just gave my husband sex, I understand your point, but then it's like into the point where it's like it's a problem. It's still gonna be a problem unless you're just saying just don't never have sex again in your life.
I'm saying until you get married, obviously.
But it's still an issue with the marriage based off that video.
I mean, you can butt it to death, I guess, right? But we're looking at the probability of a thing, and a lot of what we saw in the video, Devin, was her based on her ideology about what consent is or is not and what rape is or is not. She's telling women that they were raped in their marriages when they said yes but didn't want to. You see, that's an interesting that's the nuance that lady added that convolutes even more. I'm just saying the likelihood to get accused of something like this dropped significantly with his wife. That's all. But I'm just saying it's mitigating,
And that's even crazy that she's a doctor with just high education, high platform, talking about it, and then it's like we're still confused by what she's saying in the way she's putting it.
Wait, why is that shocking? A political person with a PhD or a piece of paper getting up there telling you how to deal with your kids, as versus a parent telling you this is how I deal with my kids.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not shocking. It's just crazy. I guess in a sense, not shocking, but still crazy. So, and then
you have an expectation for someone to sound like they're learned in the thing that they say they studied, right? When you hear her articulating her points, you're unimpressed. And don't get me started on parents, right? White people have the most parents, and yet y'all continue to do the most sexually deviant things, right? So that'll fall on his face, right? This comes from. I need to make an assessment. I don't know what the site's called. I'm trying to find it, right? But they're saying I do this to my wife. It is alleged that it's majority white men.
Mm-hmm.
What is the mindset?
I paid for it. I got married. I'm entitled to it.
Yeah.
That's the mindset.
Simple as that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and the number of views it's just like they weren't even 100% positive about views or who. So it's like, like with so much ambiguity in such a study and being so confident in putting it out to the public without having definite, concrete information, I think is also very dangerous.
Not even a study, Devin, an assessment of a website. Right? They're saying this white website is X. They're just saying what they think about the website. It hasn't even been studied. We just going off of something that's very preliminary.
But it makes it easy when you're talking about the subject we're talking about, because it's not about facts or the concrete evidence behind something. It's about we are naturally emotionally repulsed and want to then attack it because it's such a bad thing, which of course we should, but at the same time, it's a very dangerous situation.
Can I offer a side prescription here? I know there's a difference. I just don't know what it is, right? Instead of let's look at the whole, somebody got on TV and they've got a bunch of letters in front of their name, PhD or whatever, right? Can we look backwards and ask, like, how did Big Mama deal with this situation? Because I got this funny feeling, if it's the case that, and I agree with HAMP, right? If I agree with HAMP and say, well, if the white people have this result, right? And then let's just say the last 50 years within the black culture, they have a different result. Why would I look to that? Why wouldn't I look at, whatever worked within the black culture? I just don't know what it is. But my first question would be, what did Big Mama do about the situation?
Well, let's get this clear. It's just because it happens more with y'all doesn't mean it doesn't happen at all with us. Big Mama would
Don't
just
disagree.
Big Mama would just have the family predator sitting at the Thanksgiving table with those same little kids he was touching. We carry him because what stays in the house, what goes on in this house stays in this house. We protect the predators. The reason why it's in large numbers with white people because it's never been checked. There's so many points of time in history where nobody ever checked y'all from raping slaves. Just because these women weren't your women, y'all were allowed to force other women to have sex, groups of women at mass times, because y'all conquered nation after nation after nation doing the same thing. It's never been checked. It's just who y'all are. It's a part of y'all DNA. It's never been checked. And when we started to make laws, when y'all started to make laws, right, to go against it, all we shown that y'all make islands like Epstein Island, that y'all find ways to do it in a way where you can hide it, but you've never actually checked the behavior within your community, within your bloodline, within your DNA. It's who you are.
Right. Can I ask this question, or just for clarification purposes? Are you saying that within the black community, the same thing happens, it's just nobody knows about it?
No, they just don't tell the police. It's not at alarming numbers, but people know. People know Uncle Henry. People know Uncle Johnny. People know Uncle Taylor. We know it. It's a hush-hush thing.
I don't know what to do with it because I actually don't even know how to verify it, how to check it. Everything statistically that I can look at, like just say the sex offender registry, I see at least a 9-to-1 ratio on even the most horrible states, right? I see predominantly white, right?
Oh.
You're saying that it exists within the black community, but nobody knows about it, and I don't know how to deal with it. And I'm saying my prescription is don't look to the white community and what they're doing, right? Whatever appears to be, because that's what we're measuring is the ending results, right? If I don't want the sex offender registry to be on the black side, right? Whatever the black people are doing that they don't have this number over here, do more of whatever that is. It seems, in my mind, seems more rational. But if you adopt our system, it never works well.
Yeah, I mean, here's what Hey, Prax, you got background noise, bro.
You got background noise? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. That's one thing I said a bunch of times. We were just acknowledging, like, when you think somebody's learned, you expect to hear what they learned, right? That lady exhibited none of that, right? That's why we were admonishing her in that way. I never once, one of the main reasons why I am not for therapy is there's no Greek boy lover that can tell me how I'm supposed to think and understand my ideology. Right? The people, the Caucasus people from Greece, fucking Plato, whomever. How does their understanding help me understand myself? That ain't our culture. So yeah, I'm not with that shit whatsoever. You know, so I agree in terms of trying to subscribe to those ideologies when I go sit in front of a therapist. I don't think that makes sense to me for black people. Now, this thing about Big Mama hiding the pedophiles. Are we substantiating that?
I don't agree. I think my
I'm at the age where I actually had Big Mama, so they wasn't playing that shit. So I don't
yeah,
know where they.
I agree with that. I think the issue is the reason why I think the kind of the big thing with Josh and Cheryl when you're talking about is that I think we've accommodated, I guess, white culture a lot within our society, especially our women, especially with like the feminist movement, that we've went away from that family structure to where I remember if a woman in my family, anything happened to her and she made a phone call, the whole family was showing up. So I mean, I think the farther we get away from this family structure, which was pushed by white feminists and everything, I think that's where we have these issues because I think people don't have that family structure to be like, hey, such and such did this to me. Can you come help me? Because whenever that happened to my family, the whole family showed up without a question. Hours away, even if we're hours away, we showed up.
My grandmother passed away last year. She was the last of that was my last grandmother, my dad's mom. And even to this day, before she died, she wasn't having that shit. You was not allowed to be around or none of that shit. We didn't play about that. Our family doesn't play about you touching kids. And we've had relatives that did it, but we do not fuck with them at all. You are not welcome.
Now, here's the question. Did y'all not fuck with them, or did y'all get them prosecuted, or did you kill them?
Didn't fuck with them.
Bad. Hurt them bad.
Don't fuck with them.
No, come on, man. Give me an honest
Hurt them
answer.
bad. Hurt them bad. Tried. I tried.
I had to put that in your head. See, that's what I would have said first.
Well, I would say
this. If listen to me, if that's happening, my story ain't gonna be we don't fuck with them. Right? That's not how I'm gonna open the story up. You see, if I want to obfuscate it, I'm gonna say something happened to him, egregious. So if we're not turning them in, and if we're not taking a life, are you giving credence to what the fuck Sherelle said? This shit is frustrating. We got black people up here, right? And I guess it gotta be me or Sherelle. Josh say Big Mama. Y'all niggas don't even listen. At least say, Josh, shut the fuck up. What's up with y'all niggas, man? This shit niggas is crazy. So let me ask you a question. So are you still manning Mr. Williams what Sherelle said then?
No, I just really didn't want to admit to doing violence on her, but yeah.
No, you could say whoever. You could say Jon Snow smoked them. Like, come on. No. But that shit ain't true though. That nigga walking around hunky dory. That's what it is. We just gotta say that.
Well,
we just gotta say that. Is Sherelle? Is she wrong? Because Prax, salute Prax. Prax said under his breath, nigga walking around. We just don't fuck with him.
But that's the thing.
I ain't say my bad. I didn't mean to say you said under breath like you were scared to say it. It just wasn't. No. You acknowledge what she was saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead. My fault. Good morning.
Good morning to all. I want to say this. I agree with Sherelle when we say we don't fuck with him. But first, have you ever heard the term "take him to the woods"? I learned that when I came down south. Have anyone heard that term? Take him to the woods.
It's more like the woodshed, but
the woodshed.
Yeah, take him to the woodshed. That's what it is. Take him to the woodshed. That's how they handle it, and then they don't fuck with them.
Okay, so he got dog walked, and you don't fuck with him. Yo,
and
so
then you don't fuck with him.
There's nothing more egregious than hurting a child, right? And I know there's a stickler about do you subject that person to, the police essentially, right? Which going to do them harm or treat them. But my answer would be yes. Why we saving that nigga? Prax, why were they saving him? Turn him in.
Because one of the things that we understand is that the authorities are the Caucasians, and they're the enemy. No, they don't say Caucasian. They're the white boys. They're the good old boys. So we're not going to turn them into the good old boys, right? We're going to handle ourselves.
But
We're
HAMP,
gonna handle ourselves. We're gonna take them to the woodshed, the woodshed, and then we're not gonna fuck with them. Right?
Y'all might ostracize uncle. Granny ain't ostracizing her husband who's touching her kids. Because that's where the issue is coming from. The stats are showing that predators are going to be with mothers and harming their children. And you know, with the little girls in the house, go put on some clothes. There's men around. Where you think that
Oh,
comes from?
Sherelle, let me cut you off. You know what they told me, Sherelle? I remember one time this white dude was walking in my neighborhood, right? He looked disheveled and displaced, right? Also, there's no white people that live over here. I go outside, the fuck you doing over here? You got a white van waiting for somebody, right? Kicked them off the block across the street because I live kind of on the corner. Escorted them out, like, nah, fuck out of here. Oh, Hamp, you can't do that. You don't what? Yo, Sherelle, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm not fucking around when it comes to the kids. Scouts honor, son. Win, lose, or draw, B.
Yeah.
Nah, Ham, don't do that. Don't do that. You are a tough guy.
Nah, I'm saying
You a tough guy.
I ain't trying to go out my way. I'm saying when things gotta be done, you do them. That's all I'm saying.
You're not a tyrant, but you're a tough guy.
He's saying on behalf of kids, though. I get where you're coming from, him, because we have to. The difference, I think, with a lot of people when it comes to that, the kids get so subjected, and they'll.
Mr. Williams, I'm gonna call you after the show. I extremely dislike your answer.
Okay.
When we initially asked, I feel, and I'm saying feel, irritated by it. And I'm hard to irritate because I'm a professional at this and I do this every day. But I didn't like what we said. We don't mess with him. We just don't mess with him. That's still man Sherelle point. Like we letting pedophiles walk around and praxis 100% being honest. He's saying, yo, we rather maybe whoop his ass or some woodshed shit. Niggas can't even fight. Barely.
No, that's what they do.
Hold on. Let me I'm gonna finish the point,
bro.
I'm gonna bring him to some. Hold on. I'm gonna bring him to some woodshed or some weird shit, right? He probably whooping y'all ass back, and then he get to go free, and then he get to go free. And you saying, but I don't want to give him to the enemy. This nigga, I thought you said he hurt a kid.
I didn't say none of that shit though.
Wow. No, I'm saying what you and Prax just brought more. He expounded on what was happening.
Yeah, I just said a short answer, but I should have clarified.
That was later.
Yeah,
that makes me sick when it comes to some kids, man. That shit's crazy.
No, I don't bullshit around.
Really, they saying what you said.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's what happened.
No, you were saying that's what happened. You were saying this what happens. I understood. Yeah.
Yeah, but I only said that point because I didn't want to take it to the extreme because there's other cases where that did happen.
100%.
Hanging didn't start with what you would call the Caucasians. It didn't start with them. We had our own cities and towns here.
Even this, like, it's not little girls. Let's talk about these churches and what them pastors been doing to the little boys. Why we have open cases.
You know why? Because what I said yesterday about the churches in the neighborhood are teaching those ordinance wrong. They teaching them ordinance wrong by telling them that they don't have to follow the law because Jesus saved them from their sins by his death. And that's not the right thing. You could just do anything you want. Don't worry about it. Jesus died for your sins. You can repent and don't teach what the true repentance is, right? So, and then on top of that, they telling the men, that's why women are in high numbers in those churches, is because the men are leaving, is because the men don't want to be like Eve. Men know. Women believe. If you look up the word belief, I think it says, I don't know verbatim, it says believing in something without evidence.
Yeah, believe the etymology of it breaks it apart. I don't use the word believe unless I can be convinced that what I'm saying is not true.
But see, that's the thing that they preaching in the church. They teaching them, they telling them. They ain't even telling them to read their Bible. When they get up and have that sermon, they read the Bible, and the people in the congregations just sit there and listen to him read the Bible. And they tell them what they think that what it is. And then you got these, you talking about these kids that's being, that's a.
All right, see, I got to go catch a plane.
I don't want to go that far. Go ahead, yeah.
I want, and Prox, you said, like you said, you dropped the jewel yesterday. Really, I don't really want to go to the church thing because that's a whole nother subset of the conversation.
Yeah.
And I got limited time, but I understand what you're saying. You heard, Devin, you were trying to say something. Try to be as succinct as possible, and then we'll get my brother Soldier in and Mr. Fantastic.
It was just something that Cheryl was talking about, which is, Big Mama protecting the Big Daddy, whatever. I think we got to be very concise with that. Most of those issues don't happen with the biological father. It's always the stepfather or some other man that came in the house. To be very clear
I
on
said
that.
that.
She said that.
Okay.
I said her husband.
Oh, you said her husband, but that doesn't.
Oh,
yeah.
And then I said that majority of children are harmed by their step parents.
Yeah. And the unfortunate thing about you hearing it like that, Devin, the unfortunate thing is that husband in our community doesn't denote father. Right? That fucking sucks. So you're not even wrong for hearing it how you heard it, right? But it's just unfortunate. Soldier, what up, baby? Good to see you.
What up, G?
What's good?
How you living?
I'm doing the right thing.
Hey, man, I seen what y'all was on here rapping about, right? And I'm a reformed street nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in prison a couple times in several different states, bro. I actively seek out the rapists and the pedophiles and stab the fuck out of them. I don't play that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I seek them out.
Yeah.
I extort them and I stab them. Like I could say that because I done did my whole time and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one live up the street from me. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of his ass and get away with it. I'm a single father of a daughter. Bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm just a real nigga, bro. Like, I don't play that shit, bro, about my kid or nobody kids, bro. Like, so I can't sit here and listen to motherfucker like justifying whooping his ass. If I'm gonna shoot you about my fucking money, what the fuck you think I'm gonna do to you about a kid? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I go so hard, even on these hoes out here who be deleting kids. Like, bitch, you crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I look at that shit, all this the same shit. Like, man, this shit crazy. Like, and I hear motherfuckers up here talking about taking to the woodshed and all that. Bro, we ain't going to no woodshed unless we putting lime on your ass to hide the smell. That's the only way I'm going to the woodshed.
Mm-hmm.
To find the lime and sprinkle some on your ass because you stinking up the goddamn street. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, we don't play that shit. I'm from Atlanta, bro. I'm from Simpson Road and Vine Street, bro. In the middle of the bluff. Like, we don't play that shit. Like, well, I ain't gonna say we, because you got some weird ass niggas out here who will justify and all that shit. Like, but bro, I don't play that shit.
100%.
Like, I don't give a fuck if you Jesus Christ, his son, or one of his fucking disciples, bro. Like, I don't play that shit, bro. Like, and any motherfucker who can sit up here and try and halfway attempt to justify that shit, bro, ain't no fighting. You took a kid innocence. The fuck is we talking about here?
Yeah, man. Where's the bone? Free the guys, right?
And I hold that same standard for these hoes out here that's killing their kids. And try and lie and hide behind it, talking about it's a fetus and no, bitch, that's a kid. I hold that same standard. Like, now, I don't sway. Like, I don't put no cut on it either. When I was in the streets and I was doing my thing, nigga, I ain't put no cut on that shit.
Easy.
I ain't putting no cut on it when it comes to this neither. But until we as a community as a whole get back to this shit, then we gonna keep seeing the decay in our shit and wonder and try and obfuscate and put it on another motherfucker. Oh, it's the church, it's the white man, it's the Jew man, it's the purple man, the space alien on the moon. No, my nigga, it's you.
Space alien on the moon.
All right. Hey, salute to my brother Soldier in the building. I wanted him to get his shit off because I think it's just important to hear it. We a little bit adjacent to the topic, just a bit, but I don't think it's a bad road that we've traveled so far.
Yeah.
Let me get Mr. Fantastic in. We see what's what. Mr. Fantastic, what's popping?
Brother, 3 times.
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Yeah, so yeah, man, y'all have covered the kid thing. I think that's pretty self-explanatory across the board. But I went back and I looked at the original thing, right? I guess this is I think it went viral like last week, and they was talking about all of the white dudes, mostly white dudes that were part of the academy or whatever.
Yes.
A lot of those stats though are skewed and they've been disproven. I actually talked about this week before last.
Like we know the numbers are visits, not people. Right?
Huh?
Like 80 million people, 80 million visits to that site.
No, not even that. No. The specific stats about college students and stuff like that or whatnot, what have you.
Yeah.
All of that was orchestrated by a lady that even said that men couldn't be raped. So that the same stuff y'all covering, it's a lot of context and different things to it because it pushes the narrative that only women can be victims. I heard Sherelle say it that they only consider it rape through penetration, right? So they don't even think that men can be that. But I was just wanted to put that out there for the thing. For the sake of this though, bro, even that, right? Visits or whatever, so on and so forth. And hate to be that guy. Listen, man. There are far more women that have R fantasies, okay, than women that are just like even actual victims of R. I'll just say that. I literally seen this shit today, how weird, and she was talking about like CNC, right? You know what CNC means?
No.
Consent, I just learned it. Consent, non-consent. See, I just learned that shit today, Hamp. But I heard a nigga tell me way back when I was in the Navy that he ran into this chick that had a R fantasy, and she blatantly and proudly talked about it out loud, right? So, and it's a lot of things. Again, not excusing it. We ain't on no mystical pussy crook shit around here, so on and so forth. But when we start having these conversations, bro, the narrative keeps getting spread about, men just being this motherfucking predator waiting in the bushes or waiting with some motherfucking chloroform or some goddamn pills or some shit to knock a bitch out, to pill Cosby a bitch and take a pussy, bro. Again, it's very, very unfortunate. It's something that's never ever gonna stop. And of course, those men need to be, men and women, need to be, punished, bro, to the furthest extent. But whenever we start having these conversations, bro, it's weird because now it's all men or most men. When we know, again, like I said, how many R cases you get per year, even if you get 1 million, right? And I don't even think it's that many, but let's say you get 1 million or whatever. In order for it to be 1%, you need 3 million a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just again, not victim blaming, and so on and so forth. To, like you said, when you take the men out of their things, and men can't tell women, hey, you shouldn't be out at 2 a.m. by yourself, intoxicated, without a man around you, right? Because they say they don't need men; they'd rather choose the bear. Well, the motherfucking nigga that's stealing your pussy is the bear. That's
time,
the bear.
place, and manner.
So it's just very, very unfortunate, that it's something. It's an evil crime like any other crime that's gonna always exist. So when we start having these conversations, it turns into like now every woman got to look out for every man to be worried about, you know what I'm saying, him violating her sexually.
So the thing about stuff like this is, again, we become desensitized to the most egregious shit, right? Rape, murder, molestation are at the top of the chart. I think all those three of those people are dead in different ways. I don't give a fuck if it's 10 a year. Niggas should lose their life for doing something so egregious. A rape fantasy is that 50 Shades of Grey shit. That's not mutually exclusive to women being raped. Like, it don't even have no place in the conversation. You said
No,
fantasy.
what
I see
no,
niggas
what I'm
do
saying
people.
though. No, but what I'm saying though is, again, I don't know what the percentage of it would be as to where, you know, there are, and especially as much as y'all love talking about this, one of the biggest part of the exonerations of black men getting are claims of that. So again, I'm not saying that it's I don't know what the percentage would be, right? But there are a lot of women that claim that simply because of buyer's remorse or fucking, you know, what do they call it? Yeah, regret and reclaiming
Not being
consent after the
satisfied.
fact. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's a satisfaction thing. I'm just saying, like, you know, the Harvey Weinstein shit, right? Harvey Weinstein was considered all of these things, but during the time that the sex was had, it was consensual. But now Harvey Weinstein is a predator because bitches came back because they couldn't act and they couldn't benefit from it, and they said, "Oh, well, he forced me to do it." No, he didn't force you to do it. Everybody know about the casting couch, but now, according to by the law and by the, you know, the society we live in now, they deemed him a rapist.
Well,
and you know they just wrote that in the law where you can retract consent. That's that's on the books now.
I'm not giving Harvey Weinstein, Epstein, Ronald McDonald, none of them niggas get no quarter for me. Fuck Harvey Weinstein. So
You can say that.
I'm just, I mean,
But that's a dangerous game, though.
Nah, because here's the thing: if you mention casting couch, then what is that? You literally saying, "Yo, I do this for you if you get your vagina to me." What? That's never been cool for niggas. When have we ever said shit like that?
That's prostitution, isn't it?
Marriage.
Yeah, that's prostitution.
We do that with
Niggas
marriage.
always.
I said,
Well, no.
We do that with tricking.
Hold on, I'm saying, when is that ever cool? When did we ever champion shit like that? Is what I'm saying.
Niggas praise pimps, Hamp. We had a whole generation of niggas praising pimps.
Pimp ain't paying for pussy.
Marriage.
Huh?
Listen, but it's the same thing, Hamp.
No,
if you
but
give
no.
her $100,
Hold on,
If
hold
you
on, so
saying
just
that,
real quick.
niggas is saying, niggas is saying, be a trick. Niggas is not saying that. Let's not do that.
Hamp, and what I'm saying is this, Hamp. It's a conundrum, right? It's just like it was a system that's necessary for the trick to exist. If the trick doesn't exist, there's no pimp. Just like if there's no crackhead, there's no crack dealer. So this is what I'm saying. When niggas get in their mind and they don't understand that you're clowning somebody that's fucking essential for the fucking ecosystem to exist, you can't do it. No matter how much a nigga, a pimp for the fucking says he don't respect the trick. The fucking trick is literally his existence. Without the fucking trick, there would be no pimp.
And the hoes choose the pimps.
So no matter how much, so no matter how much niggas try and clown, no matter how much niggas try and clown the trick or the fucking crackhead, those individuals are literally the fucking lifeblood of the existence of the whole system.
Okay, you missed what I said. No nigga has ever said, "Yo, go be a trick, my nigga. You doing your thing." That's what I said. That shit ain't cool. Nobody said that shit is cool. This the only generation that praised the drug user. It never been cool to be a crackhead till now. That shit is corny. Fucking hard.
Hey, it's cool to be a trick now too.
Good afternoon, y'all.
I'm saying that we make the rules, B. That shit is
Marriage
corny.
is marriage is tricking.
I was just gonna say that, Proxys. Marriage is tricking.
So hold on, y'all being a little radical.
Nah, bro, you paid her a ring to get infinite pussy whenever you want it.
Exclusive.
In the middle is your feelings is in.
Exclusivity.
Niggas don't got no money to be a trick. Stop. Your chick don't go to her hamburger dealing job. Y'all niggas out on the street. Stop talking like that. Niggas don't got no fucking money. You
This
or
for
her
that.
don't got no money. Come on, man.
Hold on.
Change my tire.
Hold on, y'all. So y'all being radical with these examples, right?
Good
Y'all being a
morning.
little bit radical.
No,
What's
bro.
good
That's how I
afternoon,
look
y'all.
at it.
Let Mike get
You
the
know,
floor.
I dig it, right? I dig how y'all, but y'all, we being radical with those examples. That's like when guys be like, oh, you even if you take her out to dinner, you're tricking. Like, stop it,
You
right? That's
is.
not.
You are.
No, you're not. Like, all right, cool. So when you go out with your homies and you take the tab, you tricking? No, you just going like you going out with. Listen, all right, but let me talk about my point, right? So to Hamp's point, I just want you to hear me on this. I get it that it's not cool to do that, right? However, it's cool in the sense of it's okay if that's what you want to do. That's your business, but it's not pop. It shouldn't be like something that we make popular because it's corny to the degree. I get that, right? But also, what we be forgetting about is that a lot of women, they prefer this method of exchange, right? So it's a ton of women who would prefer to give up their box if they didn't have to spend $5,000 to get they garage paved or something like that, right? It's so many women who would prefer to just put that up, right, instead of having to come out of pocket to pay something to a man, right? So they also are complicit in that. But it's just that when they want to use it, they want to say they want to it want to be a thing when they want to use it, but when they don't, now it's all of a sudden it's a problem. But a lot of women opt in for that type of payment if they could, and whenever they can.
So it's natural.
Y'all never had a girl try to like finesse. I don't know if y'all ever was in the streets or something like that. Y'all never had a girl try to finesse y'all a little bit, like, nah, shorty, I ain't one of them. We ain't about to smoke together. Like,
so where's the rough line between the pro quo and a hoe?
Nah, man.
It is no line.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, fellas. We talking about this rape academy shit.
Yeah, I can bring it back to it, Camp.
All right, go ahead, Devin.
So I think because I was like I was still curious about it and how the views were so high. From my understanding, and don't take my word for it because I'm still investigating. I kind of don't want to keep investigating based on what it is.
You need to get you a burner computer.
Or go incognito. Like I went incognito on my phone because I don't want that on my system.
That shit don't work either.
But
VSN or VP, whatever they call it. Go ahead.
But what I found, what I seem to found it, it's just a porn site. That is, it's a porn site. You have all your categories and fantasies and stuff like that. Something to what Mr. Fantastic's in. That it's literally just a porn site.
So they have it titled "I drug my wife." Like that's the porn though.
Like the incapacitation and the fantasies.
Oh shit.
It seems that it's
it's a billion categories.
I didn't even listen, and I didn't investigate HAMP. But listen, I told you. So this weird kink shit, HAMP. Just like they got the what they call it, the stepmom porn or the whatever, right? Yeah. So if that's what it is, that totally makes sense, bro. Like especially for it to be that high and whatever. But HAMP, this is why I tell you, man. Again, this is why I say, as men, HAMP, as men, as fathers, I know. We hold a duty to protect women from any type of sexual misconduct, impropriety at the same time. At the same time, though, we have a duty to protect ourselves because when you just believe all women, this shit always goes bad for men, bro. Every single fucking time. You have to have some sort of, and again, not protecting any type of motherfucking predator, bro. But this is why I'm saying, bro, we have to motherfucking always leave some motherfucking, what's the evidence say? Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it sounds like you might just only be here like 20, 30 minutes. We kind of was minding through that, like the entire process. Hey, this shit get filed for a nigga because anything could be considered rape once you start saying coercion, persuasion, intoxication, inebriate, all that stuff, right? She can revoke consent after the fact. That is a dangerous game. Yeah, so we were saying that, you know what I mean? This is a conversation for everybody. Yo, Mr. Fantastic, I told a story earlier, and a couple people acknowledged it, but there was a bunch of LOLs, and we glossed over it. I think I told you this before. This girl would not leave my room, son. Would not leave my room. I would have had to throw her out. Get the fuck out. I don't want to fuck. She just kept going, bro. So I finally smashed her. Even in my own chat, I'm the man over here. Nobody really gave a fuck.
Yeah, but that's what I told you. Men can't be forced. Men can't be, and that is definitely coercion. That is definitely everything. You know what I'm saying? Had it been the other way around, it wouldn't be no laughs. It wouldn't be. You would be a monster. If you told this story in the other way, Hemp, hey man, well shit, shorty, we've been out all day. I took her to whatever, la la la, and I wanted some cheeks. She didn't want to give me no cheeks, so I just hung around until she finally gave in. Now you know what I'm saying? You the worst of worst.
But what about this though? It goes back to an earlier conversation. But they know back when I was beautiful, I used to get my fair share. So now, is it I don't get no quarter or no sympathy because I was promiscuous?
Yeah, they gonna look
at it. That's cap, though. That's cap. No, that's crazy. How are you punished for? How are you going to be punished for women desiring you sexually and then weaponizing it against you? No, you can't do that, Hemp. Because now you have no quarter. Now you literally your only option, Hemp, is abstinence. Even in marriage, even in marriage, your only option is abstinence.
Hemp is asking a good question though.
Now here's the last part, Mr. Fantastic. When the woman is out and about, dressed in a particular way, she lives a particular lifestyle, and she gets taken advantage of, what is our response to her? Not but what is the sentiment? Did you put yourself in a predicament? Your lifestyle, how you live is how you die.
Hemp, so hold on. So the question is, what percentage of people have that ideology? Now, the one you're saying, what percentage of people actually take into it? This woman was a sex worker, or she portrayed herself in a very, very sexual way. Everything about her was sexual. What percentage of society says, "Hey, what did you do to contribute to this?"
A large portion.
I'll have to.
No, that's a fucking lie.
Let's do
in 2026.
So
in 2026, that is a minority. My bad.
Mic check. Let's do this real quick. So I'm coming up on the time, right? I want to hear some opinions. I want to hear Mr. Fantastic and Cheeky on what we just laid out. Cheek, you saw what I just did, and that wasn't even trying to catch. I was literally thinking through the process.
Yeah.
What percentage say, "Hey, you play stupid game, win stupid prizes," as it pertains to the topic? Okay, right? You guys hear my question, everybody?
Yeah, majority.
Devin,
majority.
what percentage of people you say play stupid games, win stupid prizes in terms of what we talking about and what I just laid out? Give me a percentage, quick.
50.
You know where you at, Devin.
Hold on. Maybe I missed the question.
I'll come back to you. Go ahead.
I say anywhere from 95 low end, 99 high to 100.
100% of people say, "Yo, she did that to herself."
95 to low end, highest 99.9.
Mr. Williams.
I was just gonna say 80.
80?
80%. They would say that about a woman. Yeah.
Josh.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that gave that prescription right here on panel. It's
Give me
like
the
100%.
percentage. 100%. Prax.
100%.
100%.
Mom.
I would say close to 80% of men at least.
Yeah, that's really the pool that we. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, if we talking men, I'll say probably 60% of men. If we talking overall, it's a 30%.
You mean if you average it out amongst all people?
If we average everything out, because we're not even 10 years removed. My bad. You're right. Yeah.
Soldier, what you think? That happened. What happened with me happens to a woman. You think most people saying, "Hey, you put that on yourself based on your activity." What percentage of people you think would say that?
Man, if you a man, the rules is exercised a
Give
little
me a
different
percentage,
though.
dog. Yeah, I know. I want you to consider that and give me a percentage.
If I was to do some nut shitness and I got a fucked up result from it, everybody about 80% gonna say, "Yeah, bro, you fucked up." But if a woman out here being a bop and she get a joint took, niggas is gonna be like, "Yo, nah, it wasn't her fault. Blame him." So it's about 20% type shit.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So hold on. My bad. So just clarity. So was we asking about you as a man or as a woman? I thought we was talking about as a woman.
I think we're talking about it as a woman, but I think the baseline thing
Okay.
is when it was kind of in my situation is kind of, and you were saying, yo, that's fucked up, Hint, right? That nobody cared. You feel me? And I asked, yo, but my activity was I had access to women sexually. You see? So now this one time, this woman is in the way. Now I'm complaining. I wonder, and you say, yo, that's fucked up. But then when we talk about the women, one thing we will say is, generally speaking, when I say we, I'm just saying generally the sentiment is, yo, that's her activity. She put herself in a level of predicament. She culpable.
She a bird.
You know why it's not that fucked up for you, Hint?
Go ahead.
Because in reality, you can handle yourself, right? Because this is a space where you're very familiar, right? So when you made that decision, you understood, like, all right, I gave in, whatever. You understood and you could handle yourself. You know how to maneuver that. Like, you know how to, you know what you're doing inside of the pussy. Like, you're not a rookie, right? So I do think that to a degree, it does make sense for people to be a little bit more desensitized when it comes to you, right? King of the Hill versus somebody else who might be a goddess of virgin, right? That'd be completely different things.
It's just a point of he didn't want to put his hands on her to get rid of her. That was the difference. So he caved and gave her away. Because that's hard to do when a woman trying to hold you hostage and shit. You don't want to beat the hell out of it if that's not your character. So you're trying to get your ass up out of there the best way you can. I get her up.
No, that's what he's saying is the ability that Hamp can beat the shit out of her. Like he know that if I do pick her up and throw her out, I can pick her up and throw her out. And the reverse, can she pick him up and throw him out of a room?
Well, not necessarily that. I was commenting more on. So he
You talking about satisfaction?
He ended up having sex with this woman, and he didn't want to have sex with this woman, right? But it would be different if he was a man who wasn't familiar in that space of having sex with a lot of women. I'm more desensitized to him because it's like, yo, you can handle yourself. You know what you're doing. You've been here a million times. Even though it's still wrong what happened to you, but it's a difference between you and a man that's a virgin. I would probably look a little bit. I have more compassion for him. I can't hear you. Am I the only person that can't hear Kent?
No,
I can't hear him.
Yeah, his mic probably died or switched off. But yeah, niggas be getting. Yeah, you're good now. You're back now.
I just had a follow up. Sorry, y'all. So Mont, you have that same sentiment towards a woman who is promiscuous?
To a degree. To a degree, I do.
Less degree than me, but you say, hey, well, like you really had that?
Yes, and the reason for it is because, like, if I truly had to think about it, right? If it's a child or a girl who's never been in that situation versus a woman who's been on the streets, like selling box for like 50 years, I would probably be more sensitive to the woman who's never been exposed to that, if that makes sense.
Okay, because you feel, and I'm saying feel like she ain't take advantage of me. I made a conscious decision to say, all right, let me just get this shit over with.
Exactly. You said, you know what? This is what I do. I've done it a million times. It's one more. What's one more? And get you out my face.
No,
I call the police.
Wait. Wouldn't that be the same argument for a wife that's had sex with her husband a million times?
Right.
Well, what be the same argument for her to just do it one more time? If he's
this what you do. This what you do. So how somebody taking advantage of you? You did this. You've been doing this.
If it's your husband and you say, you know what, I'm gonna make the sacrifice, and I know he want to do it and I don't want to do it, I don't think that's the same as this.
I think we don't need to speculate. I think we have Hamp here. He's the one that told us the story. Hamp, what did you feel was the alternative if you didn't comply?
I was gonna have to jazz her out the room, like Uncle Phil.
Yeah, Uncle Phil, you gotta let Uncle Phil out the room, bro.
I'm legit like, yo, get out. Like, you know, you open the door, you stand outside, and I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'm about to just go downstairs. But I'm like, nigga, I just got home. Like, I'm like, why the fuck I gotta go downstairs? This is my shit. And she just in there, son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
jump
like,
out the window.
This dumb lady. She wasn't like she wasn't holding me, but for me, I could have went downstairs. But I'm just like, yo, get out my fucking room. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You wanted to hit that.
We could ask Cheeky what he would have done too.
He wanted that.
Hey, I had an ex like that. My
But
people had to come and get her out, man.
Well, we don't have to ask. I think we can, and the reason why I'm saying that, Karel, we got 10 minutes.
No, I'm just saying, what would he do? Because he's saying he would feel sorry for the virgin and not you. And we have a virgin, so what would the virgin do? Would you acquiesce to the woman, or would you have to put her out physically?
Somebody a virgin?
Call him the cop.
Cheeky a virgin? Okay.
Yeah.
I could have
Call the
called the
cop.
police. I ain't even
Allegedly.
Call the cops. I'm calling the cops. Like there's a way. Either you get out or you
You
go
a
to jail.
bitch for calling the cops.
Damn. Oh, word to me,
Yeah.
son. I did not think about that till you said it just now, and it's been 20
calling the
years.
police.
Yeah, like that's what kind of comes with being
You're a tough
thinker.
guy.
I never.
All right.
I could have called the cops, man. I'm just like, yo, get the fuck out. But that should have been enough. See, that's
You want to take it to the white man.
But yo, really, think about this. Damn, it's fantastic. The fact that we even saying, "Hey, what you did it?" Nobody said, "Yo, she was fucking bugging yet."
His point. Fantastic point.
I definitely. I said she was bugging.
Being hyperbolic.
Great. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I let it be known. I jokingly tell a bitch, listen, baby, we not finna wrestle. We not finna do no type of physical anything. Any physical shit going on, you going to jail.
Oh, look.
You did, yeah. CC's now
What did he say? I
listen.
can't see it.
Now, Ham, you didn't really want her to go, is what she said. So now, Ham, could a man ever say some shit like this, Ham? Could a man ever say that if the roles were reversed? And that's what I'm saying, Ham. So even when we say this and we change it over, a woman, no matter what, a woman could be. Ham, I'm pretty sure you heard you say this, and because men say this, right? I say this. I don't give a fuck if a bitch walking butt ass naked down the motherfucking street twerking. My nigga, if she don't want you to touch her, you cannot touch her. Right? But that's what that is a principle that the man's supposed to have. So understanding that, and now that women have weaponized it, I am telling you, if anything does actually happen to a woman in a sexual nature, you know what I'm saying, predatory, bro, she caused it. It's very, very little that, bro. Now, even the men that's thinking it is what I'm saying. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
No, if we are being honest, that is a big actual physical difference of I can really put Shorty out if I wanted to, right? Versus her, like, if a man is doing the same thing, kind of pressuring that same way, she don't have that option. So we technically have more options than the women do.
What?
No.
So, okay, what I'm saying is, woman comes into my room, she's refusing to leave. I have one option. I can pick that bitch up and take her out, right? I have another option. I can call the police. And I got other options. I can sleep with her, whatever, right? So what I'm saying is, if it's the opposite with a man inside of your room, the one option that I started with, she doesn't have. You can't pick me up and take me out of your room. You can't physically do nothing with me. So she has the other options at her disposal, but that one she doesn't have. Does that make sense?
No, you're right, and that's what I'm saying.
It makes sense to me, and then the psychological thing, right? So did you go through a psychological thing afterwards, Hamp? Like, did you go take a cold shower? Was you like did you have like the effects of being taken advantage of?
Hold on. Yeah, whoa. What did she look like? What was she? Oh no. Yeah, hold on, Hamp. Did
you take a cold shower, Hamp?
No, I didn't take a cold shower.
No, what was she, Hamp? Was she average or below average?
She was average. I ain't even busting nut.
Oh, so yeah, that was forced then. Yeah, that's bad. That's all bad.
Yeah.
I ain't even busting nut. Word is born.
How are we gonna talk? No, we're not gonna let that slide. We're not gonna let that slide. We can't talk about. We can't talk about Hampton and she wilding, and then Cassie said what she looked like, and based off of that, she average looking.
Yeah, listen, because he went through with it.
Wait, so if she would have been a 9
this is so unserious. Like none of this is.
It wouldn't have been forced if she was
worth
a 10?
it. Yeah, it's still forced, Terrell, but it's worth it. It's forced, but it's worth it.
Who did all the work?
A fine bitch can force it too. A fine bitch can force you, but it's like she a fine bitch. So did I really lose? Nah, not really.
And this is why women won't take men's
And that's why
entitlement
women
serious.
don't
Like,
take
why would
Cheeky,
it's the same
Cheeky, this is
reason.
the problem.
I don't let them rock for a whole 30, 40 minutes. It's the same reason why women won't take men serious when they say, I'm just fucking you, I don't really like you. Like when you got all of these standard or bypasses as to why somebody can cross a boundary like that, and then it is not going to be taken serious. We've literally moved from men visiting a site about dating or date raping their own wives, right? And when you look at the article explains exactly what's going on. It is a porn site, but it's also cases where women are reporting, I'm a victim of this. So this is serious. So at this point, I think the reason why CNN and the people that made the article are putting it out is because rape is really not that serious, right? Because everybody makes it is a little convoluted, right? Just due to the relationship with men and women. It's hard to determine whether or not something is forcefully or rape when there's so many different factors into it. So sure, that makes the conversation harder, but it makes it even twice as hard because nobody really cared. And that's why they got to put the propaganda stuff out. Like it makes sense to me. It checks out.
Look,
if it's a man though, then no one cares. No one cares if it's a man. No one cares if it's a man. If it's a woman, everybody cares. And then to y'all, my question would be: so were they able to coincide men that were violators with them attending the site? Were they able to do that?
To do what? What are you asking?
Were they able to say that men that were the perpetrators of sexual assault or rape, that they visited the site?
Yeah, in this video, men film themselves lifting the closed eyelids of women to show that they're sleeping or sedated, with some eye check video surpassing 50,000 videos inside the motherless sleep community. First reported on the German investigative journalist site. There's a group chat on the ZZZ chat group, which is a motherless user. Motherless meaning the porn site that that was talking about. Motherless user had linked to and where we first met their victim. They're not providing the names, right?
Hold on. Okay, so wait. So this isn't a regular corn site. This is a corn site that's fueled with actual rapes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Hold on.
It leads into it, right?
No.
It's a corn site, but the same porn site, that same person or users of that site also have a group chat. So where the line between fantasy and reality has been crossed.
To give legitimate context for you guys, to give legitimate context, it's a corn site that has thousands and thousands of different categories, right? But one of these categories must be this type of grape, and some of the individuals in that space probably have created their own little, network, and they're talking to each other about these things.
4chan shit. Okay, that's what I'm saying though. So it's not real. It's not real though. And so this is stuff that's based off of fantasy and production.
Some of it, but it's heavily based on amateur stuff.
One motherless user claimed to be running a business selling and dispatching sleeping liquids to any address in the world. The man who said he was based in Satihu, a tiny Spanish what is that? Anyway, a tiny Spanish island on the North African coast, said on his Telegram account that it would cost 150 euros for a bottle of liquid that he said was tasteless and odorless. Your wife won't feel anything and won't remember anything. They're literally using that category to find their group, to find their clients, and giving them what's necessary to fulfill a sexual fantasy. This is fucked up. There's nothing else to be said. This is serious.
I think the clear distinction is we understand that is bad. That is bad. That guy needs to be tracked down, thrown in the jail, prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I think what the issue where I think we're having is that now we're putting a website who gets 80 million views within a short amount of time as those all people support that small
Yeah,
exactly
it's the fear mongering
of a website that has thousands of
Exactly.
different categories.
And that was my whole thing. Whenever we start having these conversations, that's what I say. All it takes is one genre, and then none of that context was given that this is an actual corn site with all different types of kink and so on and so forth. Again, nobody on behalf of fucking this might be risky is fucking saying that rape is not a bad thing, is downplaying rape, or everybody hates rape. Rape is a horrible thing. Okay, if we could get it out of the fucking world, we could, but unfortunately, the shit will always happen. What we're saying though is, or not we, so what I am saying is that this is what happens a lot of the time, and I've seen it where one incident becomes the majority of things, right? And now you have this whole fear-mongering campaign of men are these sexual predators, and it just makes it harder for men and a lot easier for laws and things to be changed to where men now are at an even more disadvantage to legal fucking fallout, bro, is what I'm saying. Because is this not? I'm guessing this is not. This I'm pretty sure it's not an American site, right? The home site's not an American site. Yeah. So so that's what I'm saying. So now, yeah. So now America is talking about fucking some shit happening in the motherfucking UK that ain't got shit to do with us.
No, Motherless originally was a U.S. Based site. It had to move itself because its DNS has been blocked. And you would be right about the laws being promoted from it. Do you remember the revenge rape laws? Like, as in, you had sex with your girlfriend, you broke up, and then you uploaded those videos, and then it became
the images, revenge porn.
This is the same website that actually caused that. It's the same website. It's just moved.
It's also interesting. What's also interesting is like when they do fear mongering and they count these views and stuff like that. It's very possible half of these users are women who was logging on to the site, or even more. Right, it's very possible because they're just counting how many. It's a general corn site, right? So a lot of these people are women who are logging on, and I think that's the problem that most people are having is like, yo, let's find the actual issue, versus like saying, oh, there's 80 million people are trying to do this to their wives. Because somebody brought it up yesterday on a panel. They said
that they are people that involuntarily.
Somebody got something playing in the background.
Somebody said something on the panel yesterday. They was talking about men, and she was like, yo, there was like 60 million men that logged onto this site, and that's like 40% of America, 40% of the men in America. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the problem. Like, that's the problem right there. So,
and that I would agree, because the moment I got it is when I read it, and I was like, y'all are not reading this correctly. And of course, I sent it to women to get their inputs and thoughts. I DM'd them like what they, and they was like, I knew. I'm like, there's no way you looked into this. There's no way you read anything about it, and of course not. So I had to have a conversation. I'm not disagreeing with there, but the point I think is what is being highlighted is rape culture, right? Or that idea of it. That in and of itself is a problem, and the fact that there are men that have the ability to use a website, right? It could, because again, I'm not going. If you use porn or do whatever, that's one thing, right? Everyone's got their kink fetish, whatever. Now, when you cross over into ordering things online and you don't know who it is, it could be somebody that's where that becomes an issue, right? And I could be empathetic to the message of a woman saying, "Hey, how am I supposed to know that's happening or not happening to me?" If the victims themselves are saying, "We don't remember anything. It's odorless. It's tasteless." That's scary, especially when you're a woman. Especially when you're a woman, you don't.
Yeah, but
culture is the wrong word.
Why are you saying but? Are we disagreeing?
Well,
yes, strongly.
Well, hold on. No. Well, because again, I can't. That's what I'm saying, Cheeky. Now we're taking the word of these random women that just happen to be victims of some shit that coincides with the story to support the story. Furthermore, Cheeky, and we know this, right? Nobody gave a fuck about all the niggas in fucking Colombia, Brazil that's getting the same shit. Motherfuckers getting scopolamine every day, B.
I do you one better, fantastic. Nobody
Wait a
gives
minute,
a
wait a minute.
fuck about the men who Cardi B drugged and raped.
We
And
can
she
use
admitted to it and got famous
So
for it.
we can use
I don't think she's
those
great.
am I wild?
instances.
Am I clear?
No, no, you back now. I don't know what
I'm
happened before.
assuming.
You was out of there. We can use those instances,
No,
right?
but just
By
real
all
cheek,
means,
Cheeky.
I'm not saying.
But Cheeky, just real cheek.
What? Yeah.
I think I might be lagging. Just real quick.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Cheeky, that's what I'm saying, right? There's something that literally exists the same thing on the man side, and the world don't give a fuck. And it's been going on for I don't know how long. A thing to where dudes are actually losing their fucking life. But now, quote unquote, you coincided, you know, with the rape site and the wives getting it. Now motherfuckers care. That's crazy.
Fantastic. No, it's the number, right? No one's denying, by and large. No one's denying, by and large, women are. Who do you think is raped more? Just generally, by the numbers, men or women?
By the numbers.
No, women by far. Well,
Okay.
no, children. The answer is children. Hold on, Cheeky. No, that's another thing too, Cheeky, that we need to do. There's too much fucking focus on the women and not no focus on the fucking children. Nobody gives a fuck about the kids. The kids are the biggest fucking victim of fucking any type of violence. Yes, I'm going there. I'm saying it.
Why are we saying? Why are we? Okay, but we're moving the conversation. The conversation today.
I'm not. Well, it's not moved there, and that's what I'm saying. Well, no, and that's what I'm saying. Even the fact of the matter that women have monopolized rape and women have monopolized fucking being victims of sexual impropriety, that in itself is problematic because it takes away from the biggest fucking victims to have no fucking. I don't know what's funny.
What do you mean by monopolized rape? What do you mean by that?
Literally what I said.
No, they have.
When was the? They literally have. Tell me, there's been a. I'm pretty sure y'all aware of this, right? Over the last year, there have been I don't know how many fucking white teachers raping kids, and you know what they say, Cheeky? They don't call it rape. They say inappropriate relationship with a student. When a woman is the fucking perpetrator, they don't even call it rape.
Okay, so
with a child.
In the state where I live, bro, we just had last week.
Let's just look up whatever his statements, because I don't believe those things to be true. A majority of rapes, by and large, are going to be male to female rapes. They're not monopolizing it. They're just the higher victim of it. And then
no, they're going to be children, like I told you, Cheeky. You're still obfuscating what I just said.
You're not listening. Male, when it comes to rape for adults, who's going to be the victim the most? Males or females?
Females, Cheeky.
Okay, so when it comes to child rape, who's going to be the perpetrators the most? Males or females?
That's iffy.
Yeah, you can't tell. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'll look it up. Well,
hold on. So hold on. We can help you out, right? So, Cheeky, you do know women commit the most motherfucking child abuse, correct? You do know that, right?
Yep. For sure.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So then we get into sexual impropriety, and that's the thing. And being the way that rape is defined, so you don't know. We don't know the numbers. The only thing that's going to be really reported and even looked at or cared about is when there's a man being the predator, bro. A lot of the times. Antoine Fisher told you that a lot of men, hell, black men, this space helped me know, Cheeky, that a lot of black men are fucking victims of fucking rape.
They just don't count it unless it's penetration.
So instead of rape, I'm gonna go with child sexual abuse. Right, that's general.
And Cheeky, this is what I'm saying. Even if it's the men, right? What I know for a fact is that the children victims engulf the women by a lot, right? And what I'm saying, Cheeky, is the fact of the matter that we don't even talk about the child victims and even correlate it to that, like fucking what's the name is what I'm saying. Women have monopolized the fucking term and the word and the victimhood of that process, bro. It just is what it is. No one even worries about the kids. Right? Yes.
Yeah,
well, I want to call it a process.
Just think about it like this.
Just to give
when
just
you
to
hear
give
the
the
word,
heads up, when I asked who are the largest perpetrators of child sexual abuse, men or women, the answer is men. For child sexual abuse specifically, the large majority of perpetrators are male. A U.S. Bureau of Justice Statistics report found that 96% of offenders in sexual assault reported to law enforcement were male. Among juvenile victims, 6% of the offenders were female overall. Though the female share was somewhat higher for the very youngest victims, right? So that's key.
But
That's
Cheeky,
the key to highlight that, right?
But Cheeky, you know what's interesting
hey
though?
Cheeky, can
How
I
many
ask you a
men?
question, bro?
How many men do you think actually report things that happen to them? If you
Probably
could
the
give a
same
percentage of men that report,
probably the same amount of women that don't report.
no. So if you could just give a percentage of men who you think go and tell like an authority who something happened to them, it's probably
Percentage?
close to zero, brother.
Right, but then we'd have to ask the real question, which is how many men are in that position?
A lot.
That's
A
probably
lot of.
you think that number is closer to women, the amount of women that don't report, or zero?
I think it's when you say the close to the amount of women that don't report, how many
I'm
women?
talking
do you
about
think
sheer
don't report?
numbers. I'm not talking about percentage. So
Yeah.
you asked me a question. What
Yeah.
percentage do I think the amount of men get sexually assaulted and don't report it? Right.
Yeah.
I can say it's probably closer to zero on a percentage point. But now I'm asking you quantitatively, how many men do you think are in a position or have been raped in comparison to women that have been raped and haven't reported?
Mm-hmm. I don't even think I'm at liberty to even guess. Like I think it's that we have that much non-data. Like I think I got a homie who's had something like this happen to him in his life because he alludes to it sometimes, but I don't want to ask, right? Like he says something about it, I'm like, dang, I don't want to ask, but it's like we don't talk about it. Even like domestic violence, right? I've had that happen to me plenty of times. However, it's not on the books at all because I didn't tell no type of authority figure. So those numbers are going to be so skewed when it comes to men, and maybe it's our fault, maybe, right? We're not saying anything, so we're not helping our case. But I just want that's a real thing, though.
Yeah, no one's discounting it being a real thing, but now what I'm calling the question is how frequent is it, right?
Mm-hmm. And we have
like I'm not saying we should minimalize anyone's assault on their boundary or whatever the case may be. But I'm saying if you have, for example, if you have what they call it, some kind of dilemma, you can say one person on the track, right? But then there's another track that leads to 10 people.
Yeah.
Which way do you lead the train to go and why? And typically people answer is the one person, because one person is one life. As unfortunate as it is, at least 10 people won't die from the situation. Now, of course, that changes when you make relationship. Is it your mom? Well, all 10 of them gonna go because my mom got to stay alive. But generally speaking, with no connection to anybody, I know that number for men is much, much lower than it is for women. Just given the nature of women, by when we have these conversations about how they don't even want to approach you. Most of the times, you got to approach them. The fact that is just normal in our society, and that is the case, I can say more than likely a woman raping a man is very low.
Mm-hmm.
Numerically,
bro, listen,
right?
Your number is skewed because didn't Hamp say earlier that he had something like that happen to him? Cheeky.
Why my number be skewed?
Listen, I've been date raped before by a woman.
Okay.
Like in real life. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men up here, and that's 2. Well, I ain't gonna say.
Okay, you're so
Two,
if
because
you're
I
saying
didn't really hear Hamp's whole thing.
okay, so you're
and I
because
didn't report it. And I didn't report it for a couple reasons. The main one being she was bad. Like the second one being I ain't a fucking snitch. The third one being that if I felt some type of way, I'd have just fucked her up about it. Like, but you get what I'm trying to say? And when you use the word sexual assault for men and women is 2 completely different things. Because if I walk up and I rub a chick's shoulders, she could run to the police and say that's sexual assault. But I done been in lines to get in clubs and bitches grabbing my dick, bro, in the line, in front of the fucking security guard, bro. That's the same sexual assault. If I walked up and rubbed their shoulders, I could go to jail and have to be on the list for the rest of my life.
You know what could be the difference here? I don't think when that happens to us, because it happens to us a lot. I don't know, me, like I've been in the club, like women and all up on me, right? I think we don't feel unsafe in these situations, and I think rightfully so because we're grown ass men, right? So when a woman is doing this, what was you about to say?
That, Mont. The other thing too is this is not the average male experience, right? Most men are not just going outside getting their dick grabbed. It's a select few men, and we always talk about these select few as if they're the normal or regular.
That's fair.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. I don't care if it's the average man, the ugly man, the handsome man such as myself. It's happening and we're not reporting it. So these numbers are never gonna get added into the statistics.
So hold on, Cheeky. How many of us on this stage? How many of us on this stage has had that happen to us before?
I've had it happen.
Raise your hand if you've had a. So all of us is cute?
No, my hand.
Ain't no nigga on this show regular. How cheeky? Somebody gotta be regular with this joint.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this. I feel like somebody lying.
Bro, on GD,
I'm just like, hey, don't y'all be down these stories? Now we got 100% on the fucking panel, and nobody's doubting it. This is the shit I be talking about. Y'all not consistent with this shit.
Bro,
the skepticism is at an all-time low, and y'all.
Bro,
Mont, come to Mont. No, hold on. Let me get this off, and I swear I'll let you go. Mont, you got to come to the boxing event, and then we're gonna see how many people you think actually got touched. All right. I'm just curious if you got the same fucking.
Oh, damn.
You know, I'm not saying that these niggas is just, but you tell me, right? Because I'm autistic and the social retard of the group, and I gladly accept it. That's why I got a fucking camera, right? So I don't have to interact with fucking people. But you look at them and then you give me your assessment.
I got some of that boxing info. Pull up.
Send the boxing info, please, so we can make sure this motherfucker gets the skepticism he needs. He need a dose of that shit. He need a big dose. All these niggas around here getting fucking touched on their dick, and they complain about bitches all the time. Fucking make some shit make sense, bro.
Bro, I'm from Atlanta. I live in Pittsburgh, bro. Right now,
my nigga, I'm from Atlanta too. I'm in Decatur. I'm not far from y'all know where I'm at. What I'm saying is, I can believe you, nigga. You got the archetype. You got the fucking accent and shit. I can believe that. But everybody, do a poll and see how and make it men only. How many niggas in this fucking chat got their dick touched by some random baddie? Please, I'm just so curious, right? Well, we can doubt women in rape, but we can't doubt these niggas, right? Man, put the shit in chat, bro.
Hold on, I think the issue is you think you're saying that every woman that did it was a baddie.
No, man,
I don't think a lot of these women will fucking touch a lot of these men. I'm just gonna be honest. Without paying.
I done had plenty bad joints try and snatch my pants off while I'm on the stage. I done had plenty of ugly joints damn near suck my joint through the pants. Like that I ain't even want.
These niggas are always superheroes, bro. I can't. What are we supposed to do when the entire collective of men that join your live stream are super niggas?
Hold on. Who you saying they got the pull? They need to defend themselves, even if it's me.
Damn.
I consider myself.
What are we supposed to do with these super niggas that everybody want? What are we supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
Who you talking about? Call them up.
If I show statistics, it's not gonna back y'all up. But then if we use anecdotal, everybody on here done got super touched by a girl at least one time at a club. What club you in Atlanta? I can believe that. Now everybody else, give me the name of their club and the demographic, please.
Bro, I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, bro. I be all over this country, bro. Literally. Detroit, New York, South Carolina, North Carolina. I'm from Atlanta, Texas, Louisiana, bro. I got a chick who do porn right now.
I believe you.
California.
You want to know why I believe you? Because you came out right and said, I am a fucking ex-thug convict nigga. I can believe that. All these niggas are nerds too. How does this work?
Listen, but what I'm saying is this, Cheeky.
These are the
we
super
not gonna report
nerds
it.
I've ever met in my like. They're everything in one. Nothing is real and nothing is fake at the same time with these niggas, bro. Everything counts. They're nerds, but they also get their dick touched by random women because they're all cute, according to mine. Based off of this panel. How the fuck does this happen?
Hey, Cheeky.
What the fuck are we talking about? What live experience are we having? We're nerds. I'm a real nerd, and I am not ashamed of that shit. Can't know me. I keep a camera because that's what I am, and that's what I do. All these niggas is everything at one time and get all the bitches, but always complaining about a bitch man, this shit don't make no fucking sense. Go give me stats. I don't want to hear no more personal experiences because I don't believe none of you fuck niggas, bro. Give me fucking stats. God damn.
Hey, Cheeky banter. Listen, but you gotta understand when you looking at stats, bro. I didn't report it. I'm quite sure HAMP didn't report it. And the other two fellas who said that it happened to them, I'm quite sure they didn't report it. So if it's 10 niggas in the room who got sexually assaulted by women and we don't report it, they're not gonna show up in the fucking stats. It's not gonna show up because I ain't telling on the bad bitch who just took my dick. I liked it.
Okay,
hold on.
I
Hey,
get
Devin.
it. You are an ex-gangster that was stabbing child predators. Ask how many of these niggas have done that.
Hold on,
Listen what I'm
Cheeky,
saying.
hold on.
DJ HAMP, if he wasn't married, he wouldn't fucking admit it.
Hold on. Obviously,
you a nerd.
Obviously, Devin, Cheeky think you lying. Tell us the story.
How you do that to that man,
Don't put no name to it. Stand on your own fucking square. If you think that, then you say that. I'm just saying, let's look at the demographic of men when we meet people in real life and see how socially cool they are.
We don't gotta beat around it, Cheeky. It's
Mr.
cool,
Cool
Cheeky.
Man, Mr. Camera on the side man, Mr. I got a deep voice and I talk low on Instagram man. You be the orbiter of that. You and him, y'all niggas is cool. Y'all tell us which niggas you think went to a random club and some woman just, oh man, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Got to touch the dick because he's so far. You tell me what one of these niggas is that?
Devin,
I can't do it. I'm a fucking nerd. I know not. I am a nerd.
Devin, do you feel like Cheeky was coming at you?
No, not me personally. That's what I was just asking. Like,
Cheeky was talking about you, Devin. Tell us the story. Tell us how it happened.
I mean, if he says he's talking about me,
Devin. You say I think it's Devin. Say that shit, Mark.
Because nobody else.
You say that.
Because you said nerds, right? And we could obviously tell, like, only person that could be like, look, what Mr. Williams got a chain on. He talks slow and all that type of stuff. Devin, like you saying nerd, so I'm assuming that Devin would be the only person that can even kind of fit into that category. So
no, Mon, I'm so sorry that you are. I know you've been here for some months now. Everybody in this chat will claim that they're fucking nerds and also sold crack and also got shot with no stab wounds, no bullet holes, and no charge to show any of this shit. And claim they nerds and then be like, well, black women don't fuck with me because I was a nerd. No, you wasn't. We're not the same. And these are the same niggas that saying black women want to fuck with them, but somebody grabbed their dick. So are you telling me it's a Latino chick or a white chick and you in the South? Oh man, fucking God. Some gotta give, bro. Some gotta give. And every time you bring up stats, Mont, they're always the most skeptical when they don't got shit to show. Mont, you got to do an assessment. Help me out, brother. I can't identify cool niggas. Only you, HAMP, and Soldier, and Playboy Williams, and everybody but me. I can't do it. I got a camera. I can record.
You see how you left Devin out? You see how you left Devin out?
You see that?
God
damn, bro. Everybody can do it but me. I'm the only real life nerd on this fucking panel. Oh my fucking God.
Hey, Cheeky, you funny as hell, bro. Mike gonna talk about, so you see how he left out Devin? Yo, you funny as hell. Put that man on blast like that.
Yeah. I think what it is, I don't care regardless, but I just wanted to be like, he had some contention with that, so I just wanted to like just put it out there, so whoever it is, they can either confirm, deny, or whatever.
Man, I low key don't believe it either, but it is what it is. I don't know who the fuck am I. Like, I look at it the same way that if a chick walked up and told me that a nigga robbed her ass, all right, I mean, I gotta believe it because you're saying it, but I don't half-ass believe it either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta believe it because every nigga supposed to be good as his word, but nigga, this is 2026. Like, it is what it is.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right for that, soldier.
Man, look, bro, like, I'm a ex-street nigga, bro. I ain't that no more, but
I think the biggest issue is I think you underestimate how aggressive some women can be. Regardless of the person. Like I think
nobody's underestimating that, Devin. Devin, my point is, even if we take this anecdotal sample size, I can guarantee you, right, that whatever experience, I'm not diminishing it, and I'm not saying it's not true. What I'm saying is, you guys trying to use this select group and try to extrapolate that to a larger group. Statistics is not going to go in your way for that. The other part of it too, the other frustration is every man here, well, not every man, I'm being exaggerative, of course, but a lot of men here are also claiming, hey, black women wasn't fuck with me. Black women wasn't doing this. So who was grabbing your fucking dick? Oh. Because I highly doubt if black women weren't fucking with you, everybody else was.
Who said black
and
women?
It's not to say that, and it's not to say that you can't other races of women aren't more growth, because they are, and I will agree to that. But your likely chance of that happening and you being at the club, you're telling me you went to a Puerto Rican club, you went to Stars, Scarlet, and you from Georgia or Alabama?
So Cheeky, if we ask EBD this question and he say, "Yeah, I've been felt up," right?
I was really thinking about EBD.
I'm gonna believe him. You wanna know why I'm believing? Because y'all believe everything. I'm believe all of this.
He said it in the chat. He said it in the chat already.
EBD said in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you saying like that? I don't like him. Hemp. Hemp, do something about him. He's no bueno. You speak Spanish, don't you? Don't go away. I hate this nigga. Everybody does hate mine. Yes, correct. Accurate. Fuck.
Oh man,
I don't even understand the argument anymore.
Everybody got their dick touched, Devin. That's the argument. Everybody done got assaulted and they dick touched by some fucking random woman. Everybody. And what we need to do as a society needs to stop stigmatizing men for snitching. We need to start snitching on these dick touching bitches that just live in this world unashamed and bold enough to do it when you can't even have a fucking conversation when they can touch your dick though. That's what we need to start doing, Devin. I'm pushing for social change, and y'all need to stop. Y'all need to help me and not get in the way of that. No more blocking. No more females just touching dick unsolicited. That's not cool, and every man's experienced it. That's the takeaway.
No, hell no. Do not accept it. I guarantee you're going to get dragged in society if you ever admit that a woman manhandled you.
Bro,
same ones that'll bring up the same stat that'll say 30% of men don't have sex within a year and live in sexless marriages are the same one. Come on, bro. It's so many conflicting shit. And if you don't pay attention, you are bound to miss it. It's like living in a constant state of derangement when you hear stats and you've been around long enough to know the stats and can recall it off the top of your head, but everybody's lived experience goes against the stat, but they will try to use the stat the stat that don't apply to them to try to use it against. None of this shit makes sense. It don't make sense. All these niggas is the nigga, and then when it come down to it, all of these niggas ain't a nigga enough to get a bitch, and then they say bitches is the problem.
So are you saying that there was no point in anybody saying anything about their experience on here because it doesn't match the stats currently? I'm still confused.
I think he's saying that. I think he's saying that.
I'm not mad at you for being confused. It's my fault. You're confused because of me, and I'm sorry. Okay, I will stop being confused. I'm just go on mute, and y'all have whatever conversation the fuck y'all gonna have. Make sure you come to Houston. What is it, June 26th? What is it, Hamp?
Yeah. 26, 27, 28.
June 26, 27. Be there. Mont is our boxing promoter. He will be there promoting the boxing match and all that good shit. Right? He's going to be there. He's got to see this. He's got to witness this shit. He's got to. He has to. Absolutely.
Did your fight, Hamp?
No, I'm not fighting this time. No.
I'm about to say, man, I be seeing you, man, turning niggas to heavy bags and shit.
Yeah, man. I'm not fighting this time though. It's a bunch of people from the community fighting. Got some girls fighting. Got the guys fighting. It's gonna be good.
Damn, man, I
But it's
would
a
like
whole
to get,
weekend. It's a party. We got a live podcast, boxing, all types of shit.
man, not this one, but the next one, man. I would like to get a fight in there, man.
You want to fight? How tall are you?
I'm 5'11", bro.
What how much you weigh?
Like 180.
Yeah, that's an easy weight class to get a fight in.
I'm a little 180 though. Like I ain't like man, look, bro. I keep it 100, bro. Hate it or love it, bro. Like I keep it a buck, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%. We could definitely get you one, man. Black.
Hold on,
Black
you gonna
said he'll
fight at
take-
180?
Black said he'll take it. He like 6 feet, 180.
Oh, you gonna fight at 180 though? I forgot.
Soldier.
Brother
Yeah,
Nick, Soldier.
Shit, I don't know. I could pick up weight. I could drop
No,
that
you need
shit
to.
fast.
You need to get the 165.
It's hard, bro. They
Bro,
gonna
I'm
find you to walk around weight.
Bro, I'm down there 40, bro. I'm 39. I'm down there 40, bro. Like I still be getting
everybody want to
in,
fight Soldier. Why they want to fight you, Soldier?
He
You
said
said
he an
what?
ex real nigga. Remember what they say about the niggas who say I'm the realest nigga. You bring more attention that you don't really want.
Nah, bro. Like nigga, I could fight. I could boot. All that, bro. Like I'm from West Atlanta, bro. I grew up fighting before we started shooting.
I got my
Like-
money on him because he's from Atlanta. You cannot lose, bro. You cannot lose.
Oh nah,
Don't
bro.
lose.
I used to box down at Dunbar.
Just keep it simple. I'll set you up. That ass though, if you want to box. It's fun. It hurts,
Nah,
but it's
hell
fun.
yeah.
So, he's saying he set you up. He gonna line you up. That's
Nah.
what he gonna do.
Bro, I used to box up SCI Fayette here in Pennsylvania.
How many years you trained?
Black got one knockout, but he lost one, so he won at one. And y'all like the same size.
Yeah. I used to get into it with a bunch of Philly niggas upstate, bro. Like, you know, that's all they do in Philly is box.
Yeah, it's a boxing city.
Yeah. I used to be treating niggas. Like, I ain't gonna get crazy though. Like, I got roughed up a couple times though. Like, I give respect where it's due. Like, shit.
Yeah, no, it's fun, man. It's either you're gonna win or lose. That's all it is. Ain't no
That's
big deal.
life, though.
We got 2K fighting.
Who 2K fighting?
Fat Boy. I don't know if you've seen Fat Boy before.
No, I don't think so.
We got Sod fighting.
Sod? Who be on here, Sod?
Yeah, she fighting.
Man, she-
Light skin Nay. You seen Nay before?
She better have some fucking hands the way she be talking on here. She be greasy.
We got Sporties fighting. Beano fighting. B Night. It's gonna be fun as hell. That's all I know. It's gonna be fun. Damn, man. Let me go get on this plane, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Salute to everybody in the building. If you want more information about the fights, you want to continue this conversation, jump into the Discord. It is TMBR Houston 2026.eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Right now, obviously, the earlier you get your flights, the better. You know, I'm VIP on Spirit, even though they about to liquidate. But you can usually put it decently cheap. I flew 7 people from Houston to Philly for $120 on Spirit one day.
Damn.
I don't know why, but the flights were $17 a piece. I ain't asked no questions. I just bought them, and the plane did make it. But the plane had a kickstand on it, but that's besides the point. So, if they liquidate, there's always Frontier. All right? So, get your shit. Soldier, good shit today, brother. Any final thoughts?
Oh man, it's always a pleasure to be up here with like-minded individuals, man. Even though we don't agree on everything, shit, that's life. You did. I'm him in real life, so I don't really do this. The most you'll see me is on here on a couple other little panels that they guest host me on here and there, but I just enjoy the conversation, man. You smell me?
Indeed. Mom, what you think, man? Any final thoughts?
I mean, Cheeky said, "Stop lying on your dick." You know.
Damn. Josh.
2 points. First one is I believe the separation between the perception is actually the man's monopoly on force. We don't take rape seriously simply because of what's perceived as force. We have the monopoly on force. And then now on top of that, we tend to not have any damn standards or anything. So when women do make allegations, it seems to be so common that we're just not going to take it seriously because it is common. My second point is I like to be lined up with a fight. I think I want to take on Cheeky. I'm 6'1", but I'm only $147 soaking wet, right? Does that put me in the nerd league with Cheeky?
Cheeky
Nerd is not a it's not a body type, it's a mentality. And I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8", 150. So I'm little. So when y'all see me, don't beat me up. I was just joking today. Okay,
yeah,
it's all jokes. So when y'all see me in Houston, please don't put thy wrath upon me, oh ye demons.
See, Cheeky, now you a victim. Now you a victim.
Too little for all
now
that
you a
shit.
victim like he was.
Mr. Williams, any final thoughts?
Yeah, great show, man. Great conversation. I just want to say, I just want to pray for everybody's kids, man. Everybody who have kids on the panel, everybody in the chat, man. Protect these babies at all costs, and please inform them, teach them all this shit. Teach them about just staying out of trouble and just hold on to them, man. Just hold on tight and love on them, man. That's it.
Word is born. Cheek, any final thoughts?
Yeah, these conversations about male sexual assault and rape and stuff like that is important. If something like that does happen, please do report it, just for the sake of argument, right? If not because you care, right? Just do it for the sake of, hey, this happens to us too, right? And then we can have a real number of how many niggas just getting walked around getting sexually assaulted by random women and baddies and all kind of people, you know, and it matters. That does matter. So yeah, let's do that, and let's try to have a more serious conversation about things that are just disgustingly. That's just terrible. I hate to hear that this website exists and that people found a way to profit off of that, and some sleeping wife or wives got raped. That's just, there's no excuse, and I'm not trying to do all the extra. Well, man, too. Shit is terrible. Shit is nasty.
Or Devin.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing in this conversation is I think we need to get discernment and clarity on what these issues are, and then also drop down the promiscuity like Camp brought in that opens this door up. And I think we've just allowed things to go a little bit too crazy. Clearly define things and clearly strap down, your kids and the promiscuity that goes on in the world.
Or Relly, what you think, man?
Oh, well, this was this was a conversation. I want safety for everybody, but women are the ones being targeted the most. So it's gonna have to have groups and conversations and websites that have 62 million views a month on how to protect yourself and ways of escaping. But of course, all the solutions are going to just be how you can move around the problem, avoid the problem, discern the problem, because right now we don't have a way to actually eliminate the problem. Other than that, great rampage from Cheeky today. That definitely made the show, made my day. But I appreciate y'all for having the conversation. Thanks, HAMP.
Yeah, man, for sure. Definitely a substantive conversation, right? And I'm telling you, contrary to popular belief, the law is in black and white, but people make it uberly gray, and that's the job of most attorneys. Judges even have a particular interpretation, even though they say they're going by the letter. Right? You can't remove the human factor. Right? The law isn't written in that way, but how we discern it and then incorporate it and actualize it is what creates, I think, these issues. Because there is no difference between men and women, but because they are the weaker vessel, the law is interpreted differently. You can't force me to do shit. That's why I'm not a victim. Point blank. Should it be that way? I don't know, but that's what it is. All right. But it's a lot, man. I'll be careful with that fetish shit and yo, wrong is wrong. Fuck if you like it. Weirdo. So you just gotta be cognizant of that shit, bro. Jay Miller
No
with the
kink
$5.
shaming. No kink shaming. No kink.
Man, listen, man. They flocked to see 50 Shades of Grey. That shit was trash. Jay Miller with the $5 says, respectfully, Cheeky, I've personally seen grown women touch boys in inappropriate ways. So it shouldn't surprise you that a lot of men had women grab them. KP with the $5 says, beautiful nerds for the win. Hematitis. We are all him. MC was popping with the $10 says, Cheeky crashing out is my new favorite thing. Old dude with the $10 says, Shades in Jacksonville, Florida, women will grab. If they think you're cute because they can. No one is going to tell. EBD with the $2 says, all things can be true, Cheeky, at different ages. Callie with the $5 says, all these squares with no access getting felt up by women, cooked, Cheeky, pound, clipped. Sophisticated Jerk, what up, my brother with the $10 says, showing support. Soldier up there acting like he Chris Brown. Granny with the $5 says, get your tickets to Houston, June 25th through the 28th. Yeah, it's going to be fun, bro. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be fun. Aaron with the $2 says, our mom's girlfriend saying they would do it to us. Shaking my head. Yeah, man. Black Dawn with the $5 says, monopolized grape is the craziest thing I've heard in a while. Damn. Wanda with the $5 says, for the Who Hurt Hamp fun. I appreciate you. Aaron with the $2 says, nah, Hamp. We need a show about men's experiences. Onika with the tells Hamp getting boxed in by an ugly woe is crazy. So Onika in the building and a member for 20 months. It's a long time, cuzzo. Mo List with the $2 says, the moment you touch her, she'll say you hit her. Aaron with the $2 says, Hamp, you were a victim and so was many other men. Rilla in the building with the 20 ball. What up, Rilla? Salute. Says, drop the next goofy that utters marriage is tricking. Yeah, they didn't say it after you said that. Aaron with the $2 says, everyone laughing, but he's saying the realest shit. Darius with the $5 says, good show today, Sir Hamp. Safe travels. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Aaron with the $5 says, I feel, and I'm saying feel, the next generation of men are going to follow these rules and girls are not being taught the same. And the men will support SA more. Aaron with the $5 says, thank you, Ham, for playing the video. But now we have a society where we say men are feminine. So if that's the case, what happens when say these men? Black Dawn with the $5 says, question the men that question the validity of a woman's accusations. Are you going to have that same skepticism if your daughter was the accuser? Black Man Unfiltered with the $5. What up? Salute says grape is down 56%, meaning what? It means vagina is given away at an alarming rate now. No need to be a monster. Buy her Panda Express and you're in for free. Aaron with the $2 sounds like white people coercing us again. Just saying. Aaron with the $2 serious question. What was I read that one. All right. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Sorry, I gotta go. This was a hell of a conversation. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna work out tonight. We got the call-in show tomorrow. I'm gonna break up the monotony of the series with the 20-year periods being assessed. We'll do something a little different on Wednesday. And shit like that, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe.
Tell a friend, and we out.
We out.
Yeah.
It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, to tell a friend. DJ Ham about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky. Let's go, let's go.